Se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den eman se wani kuma kokoda. Se wo hwe na wani nkum so a coalition center na kobo electoral commission for ho ba ye den
na tanfo ya nyami atanfo ya nyami atanfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumojibo onyami ogbe kokoko na tanfo ya nyami ko tanfo yo tanfo ya nyami mi enyala je nyumojibo onyami ogbe kokoko Kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo hu ba gbogbo Kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo hu ba gbogbo Aseun ga gbeje na lo un ga gbeje le wonje mi ogbe kokoko na tanfo nya mi go tanfo yo tanfo ya nyame mi ejara je nyumojibo onyame ogbe kokoko na tanfo ya nyame go tanfo yo tanfo ya nyame mi ejara je nyumojibo onyame ogbe kokoko ye kajo gbe mi ni gbo bo ba gbogbo Anyami kajo gbe mi ni gbo wo wo ba gbogbo Aseun ga gbeje na lo un ga gbeje le wonye mi ogbe koko
All right, good evening and welcome to With Audio Respect Extended Version. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's exactly 4:42 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 8:42 in Ghana. Welcome to the most authoritative, most listened to platform on the planet right now. This show is With Audio Respect Extended Version. We are coming to you live from our studios here in Washington, D.C. We'll be talking about Ghana tonight. It's all about the floods. It's all about the political twist. It's all about the NPP Jandam killing. It's about speaking truth to power. Tonight's show is dedicated to the NPP. We are here to diffuse all lies. We are here to help build a nation. We are here to make sure liars are not accommodated in our politics. Tonight's show is going to touch on so many things. We will be talking about the floods in Ghana. We'll also be delving into other matters. It's got to do with advice from the Ghana Engineers Association to the government, to the state. We will also be talking on some other issues. We have stories on the Express Road. We have stories on Chairman Wontumi cases in court, what he's trying to do, Edu Buahin. Also, we'll be speaking on the decision the Ministry of Education they have taken on teachers study leave. We have stories on school feeding, other issues that are very important too. I hear Samra Boy is in the news tonight. SkyTrain issues. We will also be discussing other matters. The president speaking on other issues. Tonight's show is packed. It's all about Ghana. So call a brother and call a sister and tell them that Kevin Taylor and Ghost Team, we are live tonight. I hope you're doing great. I hope you are having a wonderful night wherever you are. If you have been displaced by the floods, I would like to say other people, to say to other people who have the resource, who have been blessed to also have other resource like homes, places to accommodate other people who are in dire need. Our little plead or little suggestion, we are not forcing anyone to do that, is to also extend what we call a very beautiful, humble gesture to your brothers and sisters who are in need today because of the flood. Tonight's show is going to be hot, it's going to be tough, it's going to be strong, it's going to be revealing. Remember, this platform is for you. This platform is basically sponsored by you. You are here because you are ready to listen to the truth and also ready to defend Mother Ghana. My job here is to break things down for you to have a clear understanding of what is actually happening in Ghana. And you bring Oshami Amidin, Mame, and Papa de Mamma, Kevin Ekoberu Taylor me. And I made Jumadi Huchiame and the Jumadino Efa Ghana in Sama Ekoso and in some Ahodra. I was say Ghana for a hunokre. If it's MPP, a year political party, I will do Ghana so a year in Thie in what me, I who the Omuye, no, I'm a person to future Egu Ghana for any. Now, Yajin Sananka, Yampese, your best son, Simbi so bad. Oh, sir, only Okwasia and a Jimmy for ADDR. Sebio o horonsa and chese enisa otiano man o horonsa because one tiano emana o horonsa or the nsa binino ebetu aduane ma wo di ayare enti ehun se MPP fo ejimi kakre de bia no e wo se ye tia omo na ye ho da ye ho so na ye ka no kure na ema Ghana fo ehun de ekọ ende dwumadie ne dwumadie bia mu odine ye ye bedwudwan nsemu Ghana fo ehun de ekọ atoyere nchema esi wo Ghana eye insu etoye na ano a ama nipa bebre enya bebi nda ebi mu sebio abo asansa omo ne nama omo pe bebi edi omuti ato no eye nsema ehia se bedi hu nkomo president akasa nsem bebre akoso eye MPP fo epese omo gina sansem wesi no di atro edito ayedien eye Ghana fo etrim ene oman eye abanya echechire oman no ye nyina nim MPP fo ebedi oman so nsema esiye jimi omo ho ebua na omo mbu nipa ene nkwasiade omo yeye ye be kai omo da ye be kai omo tu bini a etare omo hwena no a ebofo mo tirim a na omo keka nkwasi asema ama mo nim abon no eno de bia ye be kai omo enti samete enwumre na ye Ghana ntina meti ha enchirechiremu indwudwemu eno ntina eye Ghana ende wo ba ahemfo akese omo Ghana nyina eye ahemfo omo Ghana nyina efrem chanchan hene ebisa me enko na metim dwudwem echirechirem ema Ghana fo ete ase mechia obi a watena ha me ya hunani ba ena mesaya mfantini ba enti eno na hawa ende be psrew ko bebi na kohwe ne ade foforo ebisa me ya hunani ba na mesaya mfantini ba me ka no kore ena menyini wa santimemu ena sebiom ye juni kakra enti me ya mixed tribe mixed race and then mix everything enti eno ene how eno ntina ma wa adwuna ya wo se Kevin de sebio ompe ekuo bi asema se ekuo nim nyansa nka mepe omasem na ekuo na giminti ena metia omo enti matena se ena the whole Ghana obi atena se ende enye bufu kwan so but wakoma eba ntem kakra bi na obuofu a mo wakoma mra fom efrise nipa sebio yenche ne adani kobi enti enwumrei wa adwene se obeboa amadwumade na akoso a odi akoma pa no yemfa bufuo sebio entia gimifuo ye de nyansa ene tia gimifuo enti na metena ha me de nyansa etia MPP for.
This is what I pour this thing in. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnected with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid girl? What kind of stupid girl? What's this a soup? And then Jimmy some plan or not. Myself, if you don't see, I'll slap you over there with that. Whoa. Who's back here? I'll slap you right now. Stop a stupid girl. Make her now downside. This is what I pour this thing in. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnected with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup? What is wrong with you? Are you stupid girl? What kind of stupid girl? What's this a soup? And then Jimmy some plan or not. Myself, if you don't see, I'll slap you over there with that. Whoa. Who's back here? I'll slap you right now. Stop a stupid girl. Make her now downside.
Wawa na mo wawa we nya fish na wawa na wawa we megu plate so or the begum stew nim ozie soup wakoto awa ajasa akware kura ni asate wato awa na wawa na we yika se ni nyina efrim ai oyi no da hye nim no apo awa ai obu why ohwe ne setup na wakoto awa ai just ya ho kakra awa and a good plate so wawa we mu. It is not a soup, it is a stew. It is never a soup. So if it is a soup, and it is a stew, and you are saying it's a soup, then it means it is a soup. But right now, the guy is doing a stew. So you cannot say that it is a soup. It is like Mahmoud Bawumia not knowing that he's going to walk in mud. And then his brain didn't tell him that he needs to wear a Wellington boot. But Bawumia ended up wearing sneakers. So if it is a sneakers, in his head, it looks like a Wellington boot. So you can basically know that the person wearing the sneakers has no brains to understand that he's going to walk in water. It is sanity. If it is a soup. It is about Bawumia, Eko now one share long boot, now I share sneakers, kambu. Now Najuni as a kambu no, Sabio a long boot. If it is not a soup, it is a stew. Oh my God, almost I did matam. Some question I can tell you both know. MPP girls in share is your money to data, Kevin tell about Equia. I now better than Equia. I girls in appear while for no. Omo campaign, to Namsono. I MPP and ladies no. Someone of the Chomunumba na Pumunia de Ade. Nan saying Yatiba Kubi MPP Jimmy too. Mr. P. Mr. S. That guy, Salam Mustafa Kwatibotono, nan saying Obeyiba Umiamae. Mr. S. I just came into my mind. Now I actually create new recently. Salam Mustafa in Sona Toninti, am I a refugee before? In Sona Toyniti, am I a refugee before? Nan saying, Salam Mustafa Bekachre say, Mahamudu Bawumia don't him say, lady bina we free MPP aba NDC no, sa lady the time anon one office na girl no pimpimba. And on this Salam Mustafa Kacha Bawumia say ampa, and Bawumia say no problem. Hey, Bawumia. Or you outdoor or indoor? Outdoor or indoor? Are you a cop? And your boys nakika. Aye, yakika. Muko busai boys yakika. Aye, I have a doctor. Muko busano. Indoors or outdoors? Bawumia nanseng yi. In some way you know you review. Nansemu, Mr. P. I beg give me 5 minutes. Make a deal with this matter because we all forgot, Mr. P. I want that video, the Mustafa Salam video where he did a live and told Ghana for you, oh, Bawumia dear, sa lady no, na Bawumia friend personally ko share them busan, oh, lady we yate say, or pimpim mama MPP for penny for no cray. Ain't and Salam Mustafa, oh, true. Or say Bawumia can be Bawumia's uncle. That means that Bawumia no a client. Indoors or outdoors, Mr. P, I beg you. Indoors or outdoors. Na mimpo ye yampo ya tigana ne nimpo say sa na say dean ye pimpim ba ma Bawumia. Anything a lady no free party na yanko for ya MPP mu pa because that's what the clients need now call. Either that's what the clients no call or the package ni call and that's what your package no ho e ma ye nyobi ma na organize package no pe Mustafa Salam akwana kwati botono because near nim na mpo minim mpo say lady no at the end of the day a political party MPP pokran so togum obi jai NDC no ba MPP for bejino obi jai NDC MPP no ba NDC for bejino. Party is about numbers. It end me gina say make say me call the gum for bejimi because omo hia nipa it end so be free MPP. Now about NDC, me I don't see anything wrong with it. It's politics. So be to say Bawumia gas we jai MPP or call UPR. I will not have a problem because the same thing. So ideology is the same. Send so people can say, oh nipa we jai party we waba party we. I don't see anything wrong with it because politics there, it's all about the numbers. It's all about people. It's all about people who are willing to be part of a political party and helping the party. Ultimately, I don't really have a problem with people switching from party to the other. I don't really care about that. It doesn't really. I've done politics. I've done politics to the point where those little things don't change. It does not change my opinion about parties' agenda, ideology, and vision. It doesn't because people cross carpet all the time. And when people cross carpet, it does not mean it's a party, vision, ideology, no. When people move from one party to the other, because when you are in a political party, you are looking at the holistic picture, the holistic vision, what the party represents, and what you believe in. It is how believe in the ideologies of the NDC. Maybe I know MPP who say MPP for Jimmy, or so called NDC. Why should I have an issue with you? Send the NDC now who say about Nyansa. Now who decided to go Diba. I don't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with you because a decision. Unim say Nipano on your okay now could chair or problem. When people move from one party to the other, I don't make too much noise. I don't even pay attention to that. It's about, can the person support the party? Can the person also be in line? Can the person believe in the philosophies, the principles, the vision, where the party is going? Is the person willing to help for the party to get to where it wants to get to? That's it. Yet political party and yanko konediti yedi nipa neti. Yet political party and yanko konediti nipa neti. So you cannot be selective about who joins your party. Maybe you can find a way to make sure, say, Obama communication about party in your man. Yeah, but you should not be. I just Inti momianshe Mustafa Salem adia odiye baomia na yerefi nso na toy dan say nti ama ejimifo akotete but I will see a chirechirem ya de ya no. Thank you very much, Mr. S. Thank you for bringing the video in. Inti niatia ansa na edibo wo mu no yedi nka dia preni ansa na edibo wo mu no yedi preni ansa na manfo so akeke manfo ansa na edjuma de na hyehye so ye na yete asante fucking na se me nyina asante memu me oboasini akwara me ya asante ni mapa otumfo na naneme me sa ye chenchen hina me chirechirem ema asantefo na nanom ne bi omogimi no omote nyoma ase na onka se ampo sa ye nua ye onim nyansa mpa enne aha eni ti na asantefo di bi dome. Because and for the door domino, MPP for the door domino, because metekasa nyansa, to me Emma Omunianoma Sebio, Omumbia Jimmy or MPP, no, because ampa, Sa Branty and Yamine Shirano. Yes, see, Sebio, Yamfa, Diabe, Eddie, Nippon Wabufon cancer, now Branty and Medina Tosana Minim. Sani Casa, you go for Nicaragua for Sani Dia dance here. Now, Casasani, you want as a concern, she, Kevin, Jai, I obwa. Frina Kubim, Ayensam Kika, I said, me, Minino, Nicaragua for us. So I am a Nicaraguan. I am a Nicaraguan. It is a soup. It is not a soup, sorry, it is a stew. Now, near Tia and an ancien near Nyashikra, near the Yeniabre Emma, Yahedi Ghana Beko, and a year Salam Mustafa Bakaches. Oh, a brand about why a lady Biana or a party. I could join the NDC. Now, lady Nako joining NDC into MPP for Bebrebu. And I think the lady made a comment recently. Her own opinion. The way when I make comment here, it is my opinion. Obi have the right to speak their mind. Until lady Niko a comment, about how she feels about the MPP, why she moved from the MPP to the NDC. Fine. I mean, I don't care about those things. Obana and Echen arguing because she used to be part of the NPP. Now, Sister Neka said it is a soup, no? Now, MPP for said no, it is a stew. Why are you bagged? Has somebody bagged? Lady Neka said MPP, no, it is a stew. And MPP for said no, it is a soup. Lady Neka said we are na MPP for National Youth Organizer. Onye Bawumia 8. Obwa Bawumia from the time Bawumia power. Onye Bawumia and Nam Bawumia campaign. Ujim. Honestly, a 10 to say Bawumia. And Obaba until say no. Asamna lady na kano. Sebio obechiche mu magana fo hu asamna say bo ya de tie enke bi hyemu. Nicaragua for be kese a omo pepa no. Achia na achia so emu ye. Okọ Nicaragua e ba ebu ni first no. Say ye de ba beji usika edi na say ye beji ademuade a. Yes bo asebe de aka na obi anim say sebio chia na achia de emu ye. Moja de emu eduche nsuo omo boa. Obeji usika edi. Ai ademude sa ba ne ebuna himfie pa ene na ba afọ akotobu ene odinye sika ai ancha na achia na mbuye na ewiase de untumi uyemu nso no emfa sa wanhyem opa kire o se ei ba afọ akoto ni kro no ba afọ akoto enti eye time asabde ba no ena eye Mustafa Salam oye National Youth Organizer oneba omia na nam ono nimba omia cheme memetie minimba omia. The honest truth is that mihu baomiada. It is so shocking, right? Yeah. Memeti Mahamudu baomia mihu physically da. Obi abehunu da. Eye Ekufuado. He came to governor's seminar at Washington DC. I filmed that seminar. I was there. 2016, when the NDC were campaigning, MPP were campaigning 2016 elections, I was in Ghana. I filmed with my wife. It was a documentary I was shooting. That was the first time different politicians were MPP and NDC. I think that is the time I John Mahama for the first time in my life, 2016. Yeah. Trade fair. I think, where did they have? I think Ekufuado, they had their final rally at Efwa Sutherland Park, if I'm right. And NDC for a final rally, trade fair. If I'm right, I think because we shot this documentary for some outlets. And that was the first time Kampana mi hujo mama no ojina car mu no she red. And when I was filming myself and my wife, we were filming. So I saw it clearly. I zoomed in. Now, enti me nimba umia tina office that me won gani da in my life. There are so many politicians in Ghana. Me over NDC from the top. Obi to say General Secretary of MPP. Me NDC me who da. Fifi Kwete me who say that with my eyes. Me who say Fifi Kwete the General me who da. I said nketi physically me who da. Bravo. I can show you executive NPP mu. MPP for the be bebre MPP. Me boss is here pe better than talk ai. Because we pano no hu. We pano no hu. Woni na sa de mo ye nyina woni na kasa intina na MPP for member se me bom de no. Omo ba krom ha ya me ne omo na ekode na me ne omo na tena se young ones no be ba ku mienu bi sam ya wuku kojo pa omo ye me nkofo me ne omo tena se di nkomo inside ha. Enti me unim nipa me nim nkofo me ni time for nkofo. Be nipa bebre ni bomo. Etiatia na eye abayo an kasa na Mustafa Salam ono ne Mahmoud Bawumia nante from eye 20 eye den. Also okay NDC had theirs at Stadium and MPP trade fair. Yeah, I remember very well 2016. That's right. Yes, that's how we filmed it. I think MPP was trade fair and NDC Stadium. So that's where we filmed it. Now Yet abayo kasa wie no ena Salam Mustafa said no. Asam na abayo na kano ono onimba omi acha abayo ano. But you know say sa lady na ofri MPP eba NDC no na oye special aid to Bawumia. Say Bawumia dware a otumi kokobom kokoko. Your Excellency me pacho obi hwehwe so let them wait. What say Bawumia twitwe ne say let them wait. Let them enti onimba Bawumia. Say bia Bawumia pe bibie dia ono na Bawumia friends bra get me something nice to eat. Something nice, soft, very, very succulent, something that I can really feel. It's lady no Onimba chem majority of you. It's because says our time no munyina muji to NPP for na enimu post lady no Bawumia personal aid. Na enimu da. Send enimu so to me Bawumia dem ekoje paper keke. Oh, Your Excellency, can you sign here? Bawumia dampe mu krampo na bedsheet katare ho a otumi sorry na we yi pen in the side bed no way you know a sign so you can close the door behind you. It lady no ni Bawumia. It is a kokra na okwaji document free Bawumia. It does not matter where Bawumia is, what he is doing, in which position. She didn't care because the aid Bawumia aid no. Na me ekwamiti I never knew. It about you the free MPP ba NDC no. And wabeka sana Salam Mustafa so ono de onimba Bawumia any lady we relationship che obi anti mumia ko tie Salam Mustafa na minim da say Bawumia nkasa to nsa frɛ eye de Salam Mustafa ka say mate se lady or your pimp ya ka say pimpa e te say sebio Bawumia ebuta say obi a sebio oboabo ajantrafo ano na sebio de ma etitiru ene form pimp. Na nye de bia na nye nhyɛ nye titiru on se bi mo ho nye titiru but e bia pimp nim no na amane kakra on se efia koto sei ono oye pimp onu sei no enche se also pa oba ne ho fe ende apie walo mukuyo ono de ohyehyɛ ono de hia ne se wabo ode bema ho enti enya pimp nyina na pimpi ema eye etitirufo pimpifo bitumi pimpi abodamfo e de mani pebi e dependent de ewo go ejejire wo de mesi ya wo mia na papa na ojima wo no I Dr. Kevin ojima wo wie no say ode pasoma papa on twa me belika ko no say o kasa intimi papa twa me furuma no o se nchirechirem ene je mtimi chirechirem na ye de nchirechirem so esi fapem so intimi mi agotie Salam Mustafa National Youth Organizer obechirechirem mum ye nyina gotie nsem insura sa nyoma o mum ye gotie enya me na meka o Salam Mustafa muntie ne yie.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemont is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemont that she's a pimp. Then he said, okay.
Nyawotre, yebeko enim. but also ye nuanum bebre wo ho a brofo na wo kan nti ama omonti de omo kan ase abrantie we ye frɛ no Mustafa Salam ono ene ye national youth organizer oni Bawumia na nanti a bedu nne abayo o kan ase we frɛ no Rosemond no ye MPP ni ende o NDC na Rosemond na be kasa na nse ma MPP fo buofu e ma na omo ya madwene se ende ye ntia ase ye be kan de oyeye de eye Salam Mustafa e kan nyina ne se o se na o ho ena Mahamudu Bawumia frɛ no se Salambra o se Bawumia wentiem o se Bawumia ka se o bra na miri ni fie ena o se o fide o call Bawumia ho o se anima de kwenti Bawumia frɛ no quietly a o ka chen so Samira ni fie na bra enti Salam Mustafa se Bawumia frɛ se ombra no office e o fie na ombusa na sembi enti o so call Bawumia office no ena Bawumia se tupono nim ena Bawumia se onto gate nim ena otum kakra ena o tena Bawumia nim ena Bawumia se abayo a ye frɛ no Rosemond no what to say or the mama mema and I'll say oh Bawumia asemi de o kan bro for na me dwom yo o ka se bebo akobia wo de and so your excellency Mahamudu Bawumia eye abayo no Bawumia sem obusa abrante na se Bawumia or knowledge or say are you aware meaning Bawumia already knows say ebia lady ni de oye no but maybe he wanted to know say Salam Mustafa you try to kwatia say be oye kwati bottom ono so idea say oba ne se ne be ya ebia Salam Mustafa be hu ne say one ebia Rosemond no alleged Rosemond no say na o de mama na enye Salam Mustafa wanwa o otimase because obi ka say oh Kevin are you aware meaning me and me busa ask question I am already aware. If I am not aware, I wouldn't be able to ask you the question. And they say, who study Bawumia question now? Mustafa Salam say, Bawumia Busane say, are you aware? Before I ask you, are you aware of something? Then I should know what I am asking you. If I have no knowledge, then my question wouldn't be, are you aware? My question would be, do you know? But I will not say, are you aware? Because before I say, are you aware, then I'm already aware. In Bawumia Busa Salam Mustafa say, Wunim say, Wunim say wanka say wunim or say wunim say aya Rosemond or chichema ena Salam Mustafa say oh me dear mate ya keka ya tietie ensam aninam framam na sebio men sedanim because Bawumia wanted to be sure say Mustafa so yamani biana yamani bi na said ye beya Mustafa ba na obi hye eya Bawumia table ase na sebio ekoso a enye Mustafa wanwa enti Bawumia Mustafa say Bawumia friend no Bawumia busa say are you aware and Mustafa say bo wofa your excellency I am not but matete oh ye nim ye keka odukumasi asa ne ka no ye keka na moment to video no so because brofunti or say yabotre.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemond is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemond that she's a pimp. And he said, okay, but I don't have any evidence. But that's the opinion about her. And he said, okay. Later on, I hear so many things that have happened in the office. Some amount of lies and issues of disrespect. And it was beginning to cause some disruptions in the office. She was assigned a role, she leaves the role, and she was more interested in following DMB around. And when she started following around, that's where a lot of information, you know, began to trickle in for all of us to understand. At the time, DMB was the sitting vice president Wherever he gets his information from, I don't know, and I can't go and ask him. So he was getting a lot of feedback and information. Using DMB's name in doing things that were not proper. And I'll share just a few because I cannot speak to everything. DMB was going to UK for a program, and a list was sent to the protocol officer to work on. Rosemond takes her passport to the protocol officer and says that DMB asked her to bring her passport. But the protocol officer who has been working around knows that that is not the right procedure. That's not how it is done. Upon further checks, it was established that it was not true. It was not DMB that asked her to do that. You cannot use the man's name in such a vile manner.
Moment was ha said the Benuanuma, Omonte Brofo, Sebi on person Mutia Semnetiasiano, almost Betiasie. Now, Casano, Mustafa Salam couldn't him not see. A year later, and now, Otis said, Bawumia officer, a year Rosemondi, a year Jumahona in Samokoso, or Sotiti Bebre Namu from him. Now, that question, Person Busa Salam Mustafa said, what will make Mahamudu Bawumia ask that question? Because that time, now 8 people had been killed during election 2020. Bawumia didn't care. That time, now in Suafa 104, Emma Nipabiawu, Emma, Oma displaced. Bawumia did not care to ask you about that. Bawumia did not care to ask you about even tardy girls are no more dada. Bawumia did, as the vice president, the head of the security police council, he did not ask any question. But question here about Bawumia, and it's there Rosemond or your pimp, and I said on your pimp. Are you aware? Very important. Are you aware? Say Rosemond your pimp. It people say so. Ghana vice. This was what was worrying him. That was the only thing. One friend, the national youth organizer of the party, and your only question to him, any Rosemond, whether she is a pimp, if whether Salam Mustafa is aware, say Rosemond a pimp, it's not interesting. And one say, Bawumia friend, the national youth organizer, come to my office. When we saw some say Rosemond now yemi aid wahano, do ram officer no, do to the crata brem or demono, Mate say, oh yeah, aware so or your pimp. Then you ask yourself, it's vice president and the biggest problem, no. Nipa ya body patu 2020 elections. Bawumia didn't ask anything about it. The dollar was close to 24. Bawumia did not care. Fuel prices. The fuel was almost 24 to a liter. Dollar was almost 18. We were talking about inflation close to 57. We were talking about unemployment rate getting out of the roof. We were talking about interest rate. People could not even take loans. We were talking about an economy that was basically collapsing. Bawumia did not feel about anything. He did not care about anything. The only thing Bawumia cared about was to inquire. In fact, wasn't to inquire, to double check whether Mustafa Salam or Nimse Rosemond Sebio or Lainia Jantra for. Now, the question here again, answer the met one in some no. Now, Sana Rosemond, your pimpa, one of na Rosemond, pimping man, among MPP mu. Bawumia problem in answer from Salam Mustafa. Now, Abusa said Rosemond, unim so or your pimpa. Said now Rosemond, your pimpa. Who was Rosemond pimping to? Who was pimpilizing? Rosemond, who was the client to Rosemond, because the pimpilization had to be pimped by a pimpilized person. So who was the client to the pimpilization sector? Now, Mumian can some yanko in Samana Salam Mustafa, but Umia is sounding like a pimp gang. Is part of the gang, the pimping gang. Mahmudu is a gangster. He is a gangster. Now, Mumian ko dena Salam Mustafa eke kan brofu mi jom yanko yenim. Salam Mustafa kasano si. Afei, oni ba Umia di sanko mono nkwa wi okwa no. On say later in some sisi. In some sisi ba Umia office. In fact, Okabibi or say, when the lady started following Mahamudu Bawumia, when Rosemond or see time a Rosemond started on the Baumia A2 among somebody following somebody. Samama who kwaya want to mechi. Especially a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Not anybody can just get into the circle of the sitting vice president of the Republic. They lie bad. There are so many MPP for they don't have the right to go close to the vice president. So if Rosemond is following the president, the vice president, then it means that the Bawomiana no vice president, he gave the green light, his security gave the green light for Rosemond to be following Bawumia. And following, we use that word advisedly because when they say somebody is following a politician, if it's a nipane to me a breaking security, a politician, then it means the politician is aware of the role of the person following him or her. Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemond began or started following Bawumia, meaning Rosemond was given the green light by the Bawumia team, Bawumia himself to be following him. Ye jujum inti Mustafa Salam de who say Bawumia nankasa na ma ho kwan ma Rosemond beka the circle nim. Now Bawumia, if you are aware or not aware that Rosemond is a pimp, why would you allow Rosemond to be following you? Sabawumia busa Mustafa Salam question no. Sabawumia obia sebio oye aware kra onya we at least if you have a perception about Rosemond, Rosemond should be stopped. But Rosemond kept following Bawumia around the nation. Bawumia ko campaign and I don't know be fiambeda Rosemond wom. Bawumia ko baby no peduane dia Rosemond wom. Bawumia ekoda hotel na najo obi akoda Rosemond as an aide. Somebody trusted by Bawumia otumi wura ho. Until the question here is, says Salam Mustafa said when Rosemond started following, nobody can follow the vice president without the vice president knowing. There are people who can be part of vice president entourage, but not everybody has the right to follow him closely. But Salam Mustafa said when Rosemond started following, the word is following, Following, following. Ordinary political talk. It's a man effect. Yeah, chirechirem send baya obi ngina baby. Enka say e kan sama to obi so. Now, Salam Mustafa Kasano or say Bawumia had the UK program. Na Bawumia also called UK. Na yerenka ho ono kwa. Now, in the vice president's office, we are all aware Nipa handle vice president passport. Listen, Rosemond had the passport of the vice president with her. Rosemond edit sa passports no edit kwa koma protocol officer no na Bawumia passport ka ho me yakọ bedu enye oba bia na betuma age me passport ekuta unless I have something special with you. Enye oba jenjen bia. Now we are talking about the vice president of the Republic of Ghana oko UK. Na Rosemond na edit the passport eco protocol office. What are you telling me? Oh, catch him say Rosemond ne tumia owo Bawumia hono na limited. Are you mad? Into your see, Rosemond edi list ne ko protocol office no. Rosemond do on or say me din fa ka ho fa me passport shem na Bawumia na say fa me passport shem. Yeah, ko UK. Iti Rosemond ko ye no. Na okuta Bawumia passport and okuta group no moko and odu on say protocol officer. I am part of this trip, so I am adding my passport. Mustafa Salam Ekasano or say later they got to know say that is the decision Rosemond took without Mahamudu Bawumia knowing. The question here is, so Rosemond take decision way, not decision way, a very dangerous decision. Now can you say Rosemond basically went against Emra Emma Obitumi vice president. Why didn't they sack Rosemond that day? Why didn't Mahamudu Bawumia say that this lady is a liar? This lady is basically doing things she's not supposed to do. Why didn't Bawumia come out to say sack her today or don't allow her to come close to my office? Mahamudu Bawumia never said that. From our information and from his own explanation, Rosemond was still working in the office of Mahamudu Bawumia. Remember, Bawumia Nebusa Mustafa Salam Kotiboto say, are you aware? There are two words we are working with here. Following and are you aware? Following, Are you aware as a sentence? And do not forget, because Ebesaba, are you aware from Bawumia? And Mustafa Salamaka said, following Bawumia. It is a girl, no, and the document in the coy, and then the passport to come home, and later finding out to say the Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia has not instructed her to do that. What are we supposed to do? We are supposed to fire the girl that same day. Why didn't they fire the girl? The girl was still with Mahmoud Bawumia. Mommy uncle back, name could see Salam Mustafa.
Use the man's name in such a vile manner without his authorization. Then there was another incident. She wants to sit in meetings she's not supposed to, and at one point my boss Samia Uku questioned her, do you have to sit in this meeting? She said yes. The boss asked her to sit in the meeting. But Sami knew that no, that will not be the case, because that meeting she wasn't supposed to be there. And later checks also revealed that she was not supposed to be in the meeting, and she lied about that, saying that it was the boss that asked her to come and sit in the meeting. There are many instances of these things I don't want to, mention.
So at a point, yes, Samia will meet because so our Bawumia officer name more Denny. So the change in 2 minutes. Meeting because so Bawumia officer per Salam Mustafa, Yanini nim, yet your baby is your fire. Yanyaman is your court. Your factory is so for Munyo Menina man called for us to let people in. Ya Jiri home yet your baby, ya nimshi yan kebi shemu, Adamudia ne ya chain. Adamudia bribe na ya chain. Ghana for the debia ya chain bribe. Ya sorry ya nidi ya insua for ya nyoma, ya try light him, and kotra by them, walk a kaye, ya mattress in other nsum, ya fufu ya ward share fridge, insua ko fridge master, enti ya yemu jaye. Ya wuchire Adiachi ya yani ademudia ni ya twan bribe na moso mo ne mo asaba ba de ye chirechirem kwase afo Mustafa Salam Kasa no o say rade ya go ABB de bia ga ga boso gbejimi am so Kevin mu ade me omo jimi tu ABB omo jimi se mole we jimi dem mol he Mustafa Salam Kasa o say imbre bi after passport incident this see about Bawumia pam girl na girl no down eba office wo Bawumia nko ahye wa no call no akoma ne coffee no we pie otimi show 38 minutes 42 minutes Bawumia nche bia 13 seconds na girl no pie began to run nche wacha 12 seconds Bawumia de nche. Now Mustafa Salam Kasa no say imbre bi du na meeting chenchirenche mu odene bi eba so ana empenifu a sebio omo de omo ehia se ometena meeting mu na also omotenem na omo meeting na eye abrayiwa no Bawumia te wo Samia Uku te wo na party mu mpenifu na abayiwa no bowura ho obowura no twe akonwa Bawumia office nkonwa miensa na ho ba ko ye ne de na yere de na ba ko eya akonwa ne ba besra na otena so na otwe ne yere de tena so. Hey boy August Inti Mustafa Salim chire mu no say oba na otwe akonwa meeting koso Mahmudu Kasa impenifo ye din embema ka omhwe ato nchen ese kokuo etie nyansa efri Bawumia ho na abayiwa na etwe table akonwa na otena so ho na Samia Uku tontom ono eye de abena kokko ne ko no wi a ye chire no na ono twa ne no say na o meeting na ye wo adenti na betinam na ga ne se hwe mo boss no to no one na semi metinam na at that moment wo Mahmoud Bawumia we vice president abayo odin kind of passport pass protocol musi wa kodi atro weltuma mpam no wo ye meeting so wa intruded the meeting pulled a chair and sat and told the people there say wo Bawumia na also on tenacing. What really happened from Salam Mustafa no girl nitina meeting end there. So this is the scenario. A pimp enters a room where there are a lot of pimpies. Now, the pimpies are there and almost change said meeting because so, and the pimpter, who is Bawumia, because the girl is the pimp, And then girl no kwara no mu adwuma no e pimpis. And omo a se bi omo te ho no a baomian omo ya pimpters omo no mo ya pimpim omo. And at that time no sa situation no otumi say abedu a pimpilization situation a obi antumi nka hwe. So the pimpi enters, the pimpters are there, and then the pimpilization conversation goes on. Into adintina baomian to manya bear man can say, hey, please get out. You are not part of this meeting. In fact, you don't have that capacity to be sitting here. Baomiano jom. Every say, no come Baomia coffee. Watch out 33 seconds, 18 microseconds, no PA. Only the umbro 33 seconds. Watch up 38.2 seconds, no PA. Into the piano to Baomia officer, no amount of coffee. Into Ujina Okra, Orema 38.2 seconds, no PA. On check Baomia DSOB. Into Mustafa Salam, nature him. Into Abusan say, hey, now by you yes so to me. About you a party no ben party no about you yes no nka Baomia ho enso Mustafa Salam asemo chechim say about we no na ne nsa tuam ne nsa wom na otim momianko na yenko tie na mensa dwudwum Mustafa Salam na kire Baomia relationship with Rosemond.
Of these things I don't want to mention, but just to give a clue of some of the things that were happening. Senior management began to get uncomfortable to the extent that Rosemond wanted to serve DMB's food. How? When there's a protocol to handling his food, how do you come just some few months you want to handle the man's food? All of these things were happening concurrently. Not gelling. Then you came to meet people at the office. Now you wanted to show that you know DMB more than those people. And Papa said this, and Papa said that. Then people will say, no, this girl is talking too much. One time, Rosemond follows the vice president to Sunyani. And this girl goes to cry in Sunyani because she was not put in the same hotel as DMB. She was put in a different hotel.
Mustafa Salam Kasar, hey, in Samna, in Suya the Hayo, hey, some more. Or see, in some of Nina happen concurrently. You can say concurrently. Now I say, in nomadi di bom, and nomad jaridi, na achim police dia, omudi di bom, you find concurrently. In nomadi di bom, omudi omutiso ko, so poultry farm, na enkoko didi, obiaso ko. Your friend concurrent eating. Or say the okeka ye nyina passport and some samia wuku ka say owura Baomia ni nyina happen concurrently. Ni nyina happen dey per kwan so na ni nyina didi so na gina so baby gina na ekorenim. Now see mbre bi duye eno ko ne twa ne yem no Mustafa Salam or the national youth organizer of the NPP. Or you're turning Baomia turning or your Baomia close relation. In fact, or your Baomia 8 ebambe mana or see asebi krana eseno. Or see Rosemond at a point. Rosemond so-called Bonia wedding na yampamuno or da hujinem. The pimpi is still in there. The pimper is still there, and the pimptor is still around. The pimpi is there. The pimpter is there and the pimper is there. So you can see Rosemond concurrently, they are still there and nobody has been able to say, Rosemond, you have been fired. No bian to mean kanye. Adentra. Adenti no bian to mean kanye. Why? Adentra. Makom ba. Adana. Nana. Ajibro. I say adentra. Why? Makom ba. I come for I come to bad and where is I Adam why mudana makom ba. Enti Mustafa Salam echechim no say yemfa no kranto nchen ene credit waka kan kwampo da ne kitwam o say edumbre bi na afei Rosemond efre Baomia papa I late acha o say mbre bi duye epipi mo jimi o wa betete Baomia to nyina o chese kufu yire mo jimi or see mrebi baye na fei ugura Baomia officer gani boma papa please can I come papa Zadzi just okay Zadzi and go for so or fra Baomia Zadzi interest get no fra Baomia papa enya papa and say Duncan William Jana emu wirem no papa papa. I was say your papa be wa egumu ai papa. Ba omia so nkashi papa. I said na ehe no kuma. The amount for kwaro mu complaining say abre bi drigane so na be papa eduane. Ga na yesi onye obia no. Na ebetuma ko South Central so akofo ba bia be MPP ni so onu be ba omi aduane ga na muso onye obia no ende oso be ba omi aduane e no safra ba omi papa enye Duncan Williams je papa de se ne de ahwere mamu da ho ai boni bi eni ho oh papa Duncan papa o se na girl na e frɛ ba omi papa Zazi ai because also oka Zazia DADY Dadzi into on person be ka Dadzi no kan papa but na papa no emunya hwerem na emu de papa o say afei na Rosemond efre ba omia papa na o say asemi siye eno kwa na man hu say bibi problem bi koso ene den ono na bie na no kan o say Mr. Esen ntam mo afei na mo ba no de mache why you late da I want why you late Mustafa Salam yakasa no o say ade bi siye na the political life ebe sin there ohun bi da. Or say, and then our money yes our live no for Ghanaians to know what is happening. Rosemond adia why ye. Unim say we nyina koso na Samira nim. Yeah. Bibi a make share video fufuru bi Samira was aware. Now, so papa ekoso nyane papa enya papa. Oka papa na oka Duncan Williams enya Duncan Williams nyame de papa oh papa you see or see at a point papa Zazi Baumia went to Sunyane Zazi papa Baumia went to Sunyane na Baumia ko Sunyane no you see enyumbre na ye campaign nyina wejimi ne ho awie no and we have done it and we have performed better and ni nyina we the dross mu afo a obi ankoda no and again di esun esimu osun ya patana nyeye ya so one wa pivela na the dross kokko no obi ehu nyamotre ya so ma mi ewo so da bi osun esun amu odene Zazi and ankofo pataga no say aden na ade asa ye nyina ye nkoda na ba omia nkoda na ye nyina ga na tue sum o se Rosemond esunye ema ne nufu so nsuo e se osuna na tade afọ o se eno ena otena o se adena girl yisu santi no ankasa wo ho eno se da bi there's a problem because ye ne papa eba sunyane ena ade asa akobo 11:45 ye koda e o se obia ekoda the hotel na ye nyina ade chia na yakohu papa now girl ni so sum ye busa na onka ye genu bia ye nyeye ye mani nsu onnom ye so onye fruit juice so onye don see mo se pepe je say on peshe ye bia champagne su po o so onnom je say ye tumi man ele wonyo okam wo se na pantan ye ne ya je say ye tumi man e den e eburo mu nsuo opambu ya man eburo mu nsuo mananom o se no e no o su e no bia se die na ekoso afa gani bira no I want to go and sleep in Papa's hotel. Hey! We suma suna hinu no. Wadane mami ode we su jiska we yase. We su amane hinu no inti oye. On so asa o asma kakra. And I'm serious when you say adan. Me pesa me dap I want to sleep at Papa's hotel and close to his room. And I go say, "Why?" MVP. Ni nim da Papa Zazi. Inti amanfo were shocked. Asem we nyana mekayo eye Mustafa Salam. Na me metia no me I didn't know about this. I have no idea. Na yeto e na Mustafa Salam ebe kireche nsem we mu nyina kire ye. Se asem ekosi wo sunyane nie. Ama sebio eye girl no esu ya na dwenoma. Sebio yesi o se so ane ba wo mi ankoda ba wo mi hotel a onye. Rosemond Papa Zazi inti e won se amanfo ebo people were angry. People were frustrated. We Mustafa Salam. Momi anko tie de oka ewe chire kan ho. Na monte story na see because me pese ye nyina eti ase minim MPP no. Wan chire mu ya ochina baba dane oma no. Anytime me bo video na ma chire mu na Ghana fo nyina ate de make na say. Momi anko tie the last part of Mustafa Salam the story no. Mr. S, stay with me.
Then I get a call to DMB more than those people. And Papa said this, and Papa said that. Then people will say, no, this girl is talking too much. One time, Rosemond follows the vice president to Sunyani. And this girl goes to cry in Sunyani because she was not put in the same hotel as DMB. She was put in a different hotel. Not that that hotel is bad, but just because she was not present in the hotel DMB was lodging. How can you behave this way? How can you behave this way when there's protocol to these things? That the very closest people to him are the close protection, his ADC, his valet, and so on and so forth. People who do immediate things for him. Even some of us who have worked with him for so long, we don't stay with him at the hotel all the time. We travel with him. We can be in faraway hotels. When day breaks, we all come back to where he is. So you get the opportunity to travel with him, and you go and put up a show, cry, because you're giving a hotel separate from where the man was. Then
Now the question is, Okasano, or say, Rosemond followed Bawumia to Sunyani. Did Bawumia say no? And here na Bawumia jina ka se mama Rosemond endimate because one Rosemond edin kan akọ eya protocol office akọ twantrom ese Bawumia ache no Bawumia anya bibia. The same Rosemond abetena meeting mu ani so otenem ama Samia Wuku aka se Rosemond mentenem ama Bawumia anka bibia. Mahmudu Bawumia nim se Rosemond ye nyoma bi wo office wa sebio de oye no enho nye enya de pa. Rosemond at a point ene nkofo ko so obedua Bawumia duane Bawumia mpamo no. Bawumia esa ko Sunyane no Rosemond edi nechi ekodu Sunyane okoduru oso a Rosemond se wanda bebia Bawumia da onti ase ena osum Bawumia mpamo no. Intimi busawu. A question is simple. We can go back a little bit and go listen to Insembia Rosemond kan mrebi about Mahmudu Bawumia and how Bawumia is not a man. Oba Jinoka say this guy is not a man. It is physical and spiritual. Because Ansan Oba Mbien Anonka say you are not a man enough to make decisions onimu inside out. Sebio onim sebio obema tintin san yetie onim unipa banya woye. When this lady time of free MPP ekotena TV so eye bold catch Ghana for say onim Bawumia onye bema mu onye bema ehwa ebode nantema obetumi akasa se bema ama wahye nipa so ama nipa edi nechi. It time again free MPP no na o kan sem ya nipa bebre say na again we edie na wonim. And Mustafa Salam Abakache say, Rosemond knew a lot, has a lot, felt a lot, was in there and experienced a lot from Papa. It is out here on interview now. Messias. So out here on interview now in Mrebi or Grantia now. You will see clearly say Rosemond na our reason for and some na okano. Na onkan keke mumia ko tie Rosemond time oya na adwe se ono abefri MPP mu enti ade ensa na Rosemond kae na yemfa toto Salam Mustafa nsem no enu nti na ebia na yentumi mpam no free MPP Bawumia office no.
I work closely with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his personal assistant at his campaign office. So I worked with him.
And what was that like?
Well, at the initial stage it was cool, you know. We all had it in this country, the economic messiah, the economic Westgate. So I was excited to have the opportunity to work closely with him, book his appointment at the campaign office, sit in his meetings and write his minutes, serve him his coffee, his food, and whatever he may assign me to do. And also did travel sometimes with him. So it was very exciting, I would say. But along the line, I realized Dr. Bawumia lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. Lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the leadership, he was not just my boss. He was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the approach to that particular situation, I realized it lacked leadership. I realized that.
What was the approach?
His approach lacked boldness, firmness, fairness, and courage.
Really?
And these are essential qualities of any good leader.
But there's a leader who is saying he has bold solutions, for the people of Ghana. You are saying he lacked boldness in taking decisions at his office?
He cannot. I came to the conclusion that with what happened, he's easily manipulated and dictated to.
Really?
It's sad, but people control Dr. Bawumia.
Seriously?
People tell him what to do. And it's sad that a leader will not have an opinion of his own. It's sad.
This is the vice president of the country you're talking about.
Well, he holds the position, but who is he when it comes to his leadership style? That is what we are talking about.
What did you see at the office which is making you jump, or should I say arrive at this?
I would say, I will still not go into the issues. I know you're trying to push me. But with his approach, when it comes to solving issues, putting his foot down when it matters the most, pulling the bull by the horn, correcting people when they are misbehaving. He cannot even correct.
The woman was emphatic. Rosemond said, Mahmoud Bawumia was not just anybody or just a boss to me. He was like Papa. I feel you are connecting the dots. Go on Netina TV, so see, Bawumia was not just a boss to me. He was like my father. Bawumia treated me like my father. My father gave me shelter. Your father will always give you shelter. Your father will give you care. Your father will give you whatever you need as a young lady. Your father will provide your needs. Your father will make sure when you go wrong, he will rebuke you indoors. But outside, he will not have the balls to tell people this is what I did. So the girl was using words, figurative language here. I said, Bawumia to send me papa. Internet friend office, papa. It TV, so I said, this man, it was like a father to me. And when a lady passionately and quietly sit on national television to say the vice president was not just a boss, but like a father, it means she was trying to let you know it was not a relationship, a boss servant or boss subordinate. It was beyond that. And now quote Nimekuka said, you know something? This man has no courage. He is not a man. What will make a woman sit on national television to say he wasn't a man, he lacked leadership? And when a woman tells a man you lack leadership, it means when you are indoors, you don't have the capacity to act like a man. Unisa akukudro no. Papa did not have that akukudro to take control, take charge, be the man. So the girl was basically sending a message to Bawumia that you are weak. And not just weak politically, you are weak beyond being my boss. Inti so ti obanen sem na ode eye de reconnect sibia eye ketra ne kan no to eye Salam Mustafa nsema na so oban we tey azen. We tey. Besia na tey asam Mustafa Salim onso ben wa betain. Infantilika de asam na tey a asia na tu tokura bedem emu abie. Enti se utina botre na unya botre tie de oba ne kan ye ene de Mustafa Salam ebe de ebe confirm ya we toy asam na toy, meaning infantinika se we toy a na se tu na sen we tu intokura beda ho eliki enyunu we toy. Enti conclusively, to end on this, because there's a part 2, to end on this, it means say Salam Mustafa be tu eye tokuru na se, or the tokuro abeto asem na se yen nyina yehu say asem no the Bluetooth connected from Papa to Edien Rosemond. And Nitina Papa could not be a man to sack Rosemond from his office until Rosemond was ready, decided to walk. Asem nankasa, ladies and gentlemen, wait that yenso yebeboa mansune enwin.
We cheat. For no first minutes, na me share chinchimi. No abobo, konyo shit intimi. Obie to den so I made my mintibi. Papa wo na ne wumpo man finger dibi. Fresh boy, men kase de bia na bonyo. Me tempum bon, ni hwema ide omo. Yolo, one na ne girls nyanye kolo. Perfume shane man ne pa shadow obolo. Papi kojo, I'm the men's sada. I'm a stand-up guy into mint nada. Nyame di musu de minchi yada. Mumbo bianti minchi yada. What? Shene mam, brona mam. With them girl now, rene mam. Bet she rush me chest, rene mam. I feel a mean yummy girl, she won't come.
Why you late?
Our kids,
okay.
Bear believe in star, my great. From the swagger, the band, my taste. From a watch, for what time?
Wait. DJ Danko on the mix. You are live on Loud Silence TV. It is rise, it is rising. Wait. Power.
All rush, when you get to the
all rush,
you get full front or wish you
come on. Come on.
But I'm sleep, bro. I'm ready to me lane.
Time,
I made any Jimmy do with you. My me a belen to
Papa.
And then better for one man. You know, grass who you now
want to feel.
I'm in the men's sada.
Never.
I'm a stand up guy to mint another. Yamidi Mumusu de Minchiada.
Never.
Mumbobia.
Minchiada.
What? Shenemam. Brunamam. Every them girl now, Renemam.
It's live. DJ Danko ADONKO. Adam Studio.
Wiley. Our kids.
Forward.
Baby living star, my great.
Wait.
From the swagger, by my taste. From watch for what time I late.
Saknie.
I late. Sack.
Huh? Yeah.
Yo.
What in that would jam me wa womb? I'm an onenkrata anti Julius Jum. What in the tonga bar washing up a visa? My sainty mean crazy me go kura boom. I'm one chonre.
Come on.
We won't come with the won't confit. So what barber will good ya won't pit. Fimisona mafa pimbia won't fit. I be a man shit. What be the pawn? I'm so men's sada. So what me bossia to muda min tiaka. I remember what's a be sheming who's wassa. If it's a good jam of France swapper. Why you late?
Shenemam.
What else?
Brunamam. Every them girl now, Renemam. Bet she rush me chest, Renemam. I feel a mean yummy girl, she won't come. Why late? Our kids. Bear believe in star, my great. From the swagger, the band, my taste. From a watch for what time I late.
You are still live on Loud Silence TV. My name is Kevin Akobe. It likes exactly 5:48 p.m. U.S. East Coast. Let's go straight and take care of business. You are live on TV. You are live on YouTube. You are live on Facebook. We are streaming live on TikTok tonight. On Facebook, search for Loud Silence TV, and also with Audio Respect page. We also streaming live on YouTube. Our name on YouTube is Loud Silence TV. Loud Silence TV. We are also streaming live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. We are in 22 African countries, including Ghana. We are also live on radio tonight. If you have an Android device, download Loud Silence Radio. If you have an iOS or an Apple device, just download Loud Silence Radio. All platforms are blazing tonight. I really appreciate you being here tonight. And Ghana hon some intina yatna se yebechichim ama amanfo nyina ana Ghana nyina ehu de eko. And our first story is got to do with a year insua atoto Ghana ene in summer ACC. Now you can see clearly Mahama directs release of 300 million Ghana cedis for flood relief and mitigation. And the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, Wakache the finance minister a day or two ago. So I'm releasing over 300 million Ghana cedis. Na nipa sebio omuwaka insua etoye ese nyane ese japade eku nipa no sebio Ghana abanso ebetumi aboa na omwa sebio mu baby da enimeni no aban bepe baby mo de omutiato ene sebio nyoma asai ene senia yebetumi afa kwan bi so ama de esi no atoyere nchema esi no ensibiem enti saa sika aban NDC aban John Mahama instructed the finance minister no Menoka say ɛyɛ the finance minister ɛyi saa sika no ɛde ama ɛyɛ ministry a ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo gye saa sika no na ɔmo fa ndi dwuma nti mena ɔka sɛ ɛyɛ nsɛm asisi yɛ nsuo ɛfa nipa a nipa bi ɛhwere ɔmo nkwa ebi mo agyapadeɛ nyinaa sɛn a ɔmo hu deɛ ɔmo nya sɛbio bebi ɔmo da no ɔmo nim bebi a adeɛ kyekra ɔmo da no ɛnɛ aban ɛyɛ NDC aban a John Mahama da no saa aban no ama ɛyɛ finance minister ɛyi sika every contingency fund mu in fact yɛka sɛ contingency fund a ɛyɛ aban wei NDC aban ba mmerɛ bi no ɛna ɔmo te saa contingency fund no sɛ Ghana kɔ ahohiahim awokyerem ɛte sɛ deɛ nsuo afa nipa adwuma afsɛ nipa adwuma eku nipa ama nipa enye bebi nda sɛ Ghana fo na saa foto na ɛfrɛ no contingency fund no ɛhɔ ɛna yɛkɔ sɛ ɔman na yɛkɔ yi sika na yɛde bɔ ɛyɛ deɛn yɛde si nyɔma bia no nti John Mahama NDC aban a ɛde contingency fund baayɛ mo kae sɛ contingency fund we MPP aban ba power from 2017 sika na ɛwom ɔmo di ni nyinaa ɛma mbrɛ bi kora yɛfrɛ ofori atamade ba parliament sɛ contingency fund no adɛnti na sika ɛwom nyinaa sa MPP aban anaba omia edi anim ɛyɛ sika sɛm totoyɛ no ɔmo na ɔmo de contingency fund ko si awawa sika ɛwom nyinaa no ɔmo diye and the NDC asaba ama contingency fund we ama sa de sika foto asa begu foto nim ama asema esi John Mahama a direct a minister of finance say onfa sika ni bi onyi bi na yemfa nhwe Ghana fo ama mo ho kire omo ene sika ni bi so omo sa emfa entete gatem omo sa emfa entoto nyama se ne be ya yarewa ebefri sa eye insuo a eyiri mu nipa bi a sebio insuo eyiri no emama omo nyama bi asai insuo ene gates no omo fa entete gatem na omo fa entoto nyama ma se ne be ya Sato yenkyerem we esase bi ma yentumi enko na yenka sɛ yentumi ambɔ ho ban yentumi entu ho anamo nti me no ka sɛ John Mahama ama finance minister over 300 million Ghana cedis sika yɛka ho asɛm yi sɛ usi menhyia saa 50 sika no still a enkom every say sika ɛso yie nti enuanom adeɛ we na kyerɛ ɔman no president no sɛbio adwene pa akoma pa ene senior no so pɛ sɛ ɔman Ghana sika yɛde ato no yɛde boa Ghana fo a ɔmo ho aka na ɛba nsɛm wei ene nsu ɛtɔɔyɛ ene nipa dodo a ɔmo gyapadeɛ ɔmo ahwere ene ndwuma a nsu wei asɛe ene mantem adan a ebuogu a asɛm a ano adin yie na there's something we need to all understand atoyɛnkyɛm wei a ɛtɔ Ghana ebi sɛbio yɛne ankasa making ɛna deɛ to yɛ no so no sɛbio obi bɛka sɛ nsuo ɛtɔ yɛ no na nsuo no adin yie nanso obi bɛsɛ ntateɛ aboa ntateɛ oni sɛ debi sɛbio nsuo bɛtɔ sɛbio ewia bɛbɔ nti debi ɔtowa na ɔyɛ den osiesie no ho ɔfa aduane a na ɔde akɔsie baabi because oni sɛ daakye bi no asɛm betumi ato nsuo betumi atɔ egya betumi ahye na adɛnti na as a nation yɛnso yɛnyɛ proactive ne yɛntena nka sɛ ebia atoyɛnkyɛm betumi esi na atoyɛnkyɛm na ebesi no yɛayɛ ahoboaboa a yɛde besi saa atoyɛnkyɛm no ho kwan ana ɛno ne the main question we need to be asking each other. We have to blame the authority somehow, and also we have to take the blame as citizens. Now, sa insuo ya afa nipa nipa bi ewu ɛdeɛ sebio endan ebuogu sebio indwuma asɛe no question na ebusa nyina nse wana fault yɛntimi ntina Ghana na yɛnsɔre ne yɛnka sɛ we die politicians ammoa yɛ entina ende yɛnwoma gu abɔntene yɛn nyinaa yɛte Ghana mohwɛ me from the west, south, east and whatever you want to call it obia nim sɛ bebi ɔte unim sɛ wuti nsuo ma unim sɛ wo area no nsuo emu na wote a you know sɛ unko school nsuo hu school ana ɛdan hu school kra okɔ high dan na saa dan esi nsuo ma ɛdan no ho kra no bɛkyerɛ wo sɛ ɛdan na wa high no esi nsuo mu enti 80% of yani Ghana for yeti baby a nsuo wo no we know say we are living in water, we are living in waterways yenim say ɛdan baby esi ɛdan na ya rent no obo etumi ka kyerɛ sɛ ɛdan we de ne boafo efiri sɛ baby esi no nsuo ta aya na atɛkyɛ wo ho you know mama yɛn pretending yɛn ho to say sebio de esi no ebi nsi da we have to blame authority. Now answer your beka say you be blame authority no I know say some people will say oh adentina de asem we see a and the NDC what power now Kevin Taylor say you blame authority. I am not saying we should solely or we should wholly blame authority. We should blame authority because one, when the system and make us say authority make a buying, when the system at the end of the day things are put in place at the end of the day say atoyenchem say kratoya the effect no and I said the impact no enye kese say the asano. And I'm talking about when governments are elected, they need to at the end of the day make sure say system need to provide an environment even though and to me my 100% protection no I was say to me my areshemu etumi ya buffer sebio atoyenchem say sia ye betumi sebio impact and as damage be no entumi encourse no as crazy. Now let's step back a little bit, and we are not here to equalize. I hate equalization, but because of the MPP 4 year, because of Nkwasiasema politicians because of Jimia young politicians we always have to go back and remind the people that what is happening today, the government of the day can be blamed to a point, but you cannot blame the government solely, because there have been government upon government that were supposed to be proactive. In less than 10 years, 8 years ago, there was a government in power. This government cannot isolate itself from the AC. And we all saw the AC. Nobody can sit on TV or radio and say the NDC government should not take the blame, some of the blame of what is happening. Then Nandi Panwa bottom. Let's be factual here. So it's not TV so. No, because a political commentator, or because or your den, or your Kasama way, or your way. No, because the government of the day should not take some of the blame for what we are witnessing today. Not Sandy Pano or your trophy on Kanokre. Now, what we are witnessing is the neglect. But for now, is the NDC government in power. And nobody can go and say for Adia Esindeno, NDC no power. Yanko blame MPP for Nkwasiafo. We cannot do that. The NDC government should also take the blame for what has happened. Now, Obibeka say insuno fa nipa no. Sebio, can you control insuno? You cannot control insuno, especially insuno etoy no. You sa magnitude of insuno etoy ni bida in a very long time. But the issue is, if we have been proactive for a long time, anka the impactor in so way flood way ye no anka ye nyane sa ebi anka nipa bi ehobeka nanso anka ye nipa dodo se do hobeka. So let's be realistic. Now, we are always blaming government. We are always saying me will videos 1 or 2 3 videos now maybe any other people be omokoye den omoko interview omo aban behwe me dem nso nyina me dem nyoma nyina say e den aban ne beye. The question here is, aban they not tell you to go and rent where you rented. We need to be responsible as a people, because one, what we need from the government is to make sure say trash some of the reasons in here flood way by then the system needs to also help us. The system needs to provide dustbins all over the place. So about brochia Abani provided their bins. Abani, that's what Abani is, to make sure sa ball and their good bins in no then ye ball and the court. Abani has to make sure say gutters kwampa gutters drainage papa insuo fam. Abani's responsibility to make sure say gutters no gutters ye tumi tim nipa bi entumi ensi gutter no with their own wall. The government or the system also has a major role to play. But you see, when issues like this happen, now you try them, you try fee, now you try TV so now you create impression be say Abani no fault totally, now you Jimmy, because this is the situation. In so we are FIA. Say Aban at the dustbins, Abesi Ghana. We have seen people, they have deliberately decided not to take bins from the government because they will pay for their trash to be taken away. And is it the fault of the government? No. And it does not matter the government in power. It can be MPP, it can be NDC, it can be CPP, but the ball aba, obitimantem, or say ball and GB. Then we allow the person to go scot-free. The question here is, Sani Pana wanje ball adiano, and he not the ball agu. So, Bola, taking bins, it should be mandatory. As far as danya, sebio obidia renti obi ana obia si ani patimno, a bin has to be a constant thing. Ultiminka say, me will feel ho. Aban is supplying trash bins. The government, they have to give you the bin. If you refuse to take the bin, you have to face the law, because obola no be. That is the question. But this is a situation where the system decided to provide the baller in our Ghana. Are we willing to take the baller? There are so many people living in Ghana. How many bins? And there are also people in Ghana, bins near their bano, no maberia, no makoton. So our attitude is also something that we have to do. What we have to also look, because ushe die esin nana. Debi ameka tre Ghana for. Sa de we esin ebese sibiem. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and make it look like, say, I need to protect anybody. I'm not here to protect anybody, because the one now for is so I say I'm dying. Oh, say a few months ago or a few weeks ago, maybe I catch the Ghana for say. Sa a year bola ya yetin obian peso bekasa. In so the area baby I expect to say zone beba no ehone beba. And you see, omo ana de bia yeka so omo de omo te slums. Oh, we mu de baby omo te na hiafo na te wo. We mu de baby omo te no what to say baby hiafo te no inso ko ho. The water found its way to places and now we expect to say inso ko ho. Why? Because we all fail to speak. Yet mantem na obiaba na o sidan ewo insuom ohene wo ho state man te ho eye opinion leaders te ho we allow the person to build. Yet krom na amount for we can see clearly say asimesi eye project way this project is going to cause a lot of problems. You don't expect the president to come to Latobi Okoshi, the president to come to Chado and come and fight. Let me tell you, whether you like it or not, the people who are supposed to make sure these things work. And Mamika Bibincha Ghana for all over the world, civil servants, some of them are the most corrupt people in the world. And sometimes you need to understand say, so Obiti Lands Commission, Obiti Forestry Commission, whatever, planning and then they don't fucking care. Or no, or to say robot. Say Obikas Winyas also ha, Obama Nipa permit, Obejisika, Obama permit. Now, what about your people, you the people living in the community? Because we should make it difficult for people to be able to build in places they are not supposed to build. Sometimes we need to use our common sense. And to say civil servant to be to Lands Commission or to towns and planning or to municipal assembly. Now say or granted documentation, sir. So depending on document now, we in the community should be able to stop the person and say, no, we don't care where you got the documentations from. But as we live here, you need to hire waterway. And we the people here, so we're blocking so we are. So we need to be people who basically fight these things. But you cannot change a civil servant. There will be a Watana Lands Commission for years. Watana MMC said they know they are taking money, they don't care. It is a better Ghana. Na de biano ya bo abai sobo NPP abai de oma anya de omusisi da pa jisika eno de it's right, they did it, they are careless, they are stupid, they chop the money. But what about us? Because we need to find a way to protect ourselves. We in a community, the honest truth is nobody should build about 1,000 meters from Wager Dam. And then Wager Dam. We are not supposed to see any house that is even 1,000 meters away from Wager Dam. No. Dam, from the dam, there the edges of the dam, and also the banks, about 1,000 meters, and these are things we need to admit. Maybe 1,500 meters from the dam. No matter what, they are going to get flooded. So as a nation, it is always not about we staying at home. Yanyoma say and the president Yanyoma say no. What is said the party to be president say no. It is you. But you were sitting in the neighborhood. You saw people throw trash there. What ya wajib dustbin? Uneba any dustbin. Now you think so uneba and ball and end of the gogu. Ojen say uneba no ball na onibino or the ball and the kogu. Where do they take their trash? They are going to throw it in that gutter. How many begu ball in him? How many begu gutter him? How many begu area? In so area. What Dana told $1.2 million? No, ne Dana wasting 30,000. A begu Dana togu. Are you going to blame the president? You cannot blame the president because you refuse to do your civic duty. There are things that we as citizens, we deserve it too. Here, Mama Show videos. Look at this. This is during the flood. Then you sit there and you are blaming the president. Oh, but damn. You need to understand what the government is doing is what they are doing. They are supporting. Sometimes we are not going to, or say honest, we cannot isolate the government. Whether NDC or MPP or KOKK, we cannot isolate the government. The state needs to do its part. And the part of the state is to provide the bins. The part of the state is to make sure gutters, basically good drainages are built. The part of the state is to make sure the system is structured that we cannot abuse it. Because you see, Debbie Amekeno has said, our system has been built in such a way it entices us to commit crime. It entices us to do things we are not supposed to do. Because when you live in a neighborhood, now say gata dahoni and kata aswa, the probability of somebody who doesn't have a bin throwing their trash in there is high. You cannot stop it because they are enticed. They are forced to do it because they see water running. They see the water going. It's night. They'll drop it in. So The state needs to be blamed. Whether NDC or NPP, I don't fucking care. But we as a people, what are we doing to force the states to do what we want? Because Ejapadiano say, it is us. Ejapadiano Esbugua, it is us. Yani eti Ghana tenkran teti nkrobe breswa insuo yiri. 90% of yani ayeti insuom yenim se insuom ne yeti. We know. Now look at this. Here, video CB. Look at this.
Noni yana nefe eji joy ni timo di noni biani ni ngone ma bi di nche loka wo ngwajo enu jomli. Noni di enyo ka wanye beji ba here ka wanu pure water wanwe wa foshi wayeni wanwe wa foshi fe eboti onu joy amli ni kaje numbone keke ewo fe ka bala pesie na nya wana wole ake blema ku pesie na aba he olo e bi ene abatoka si mene ebele na kendo ahelo atoka etu me anitu mohe kaji odemocracy na no kwa beku e nitu mo wulu yajeme na keno okwa dro nitu mo wuji yajeme kaji bo obele shapo ni me ka dai wonu domli ne baboti o shapo amie aneba ngo na lo o ba tanyefai eneme jeni nisa aka enyene ya no ni neba ne eyan eko eja aka insho aye awole no funo ni boti amliye na ko ese eba no no ni nyana ne eba eko ni ya do fe sani aja laboma doctor boti eja ledete kotokumi ke laboma kotokumi na ka lo ba bia ke me bia ba lo ni neta ko fo se no me kuma ni tumo he ye bia ne Waba kwenye fai, nye meni nye yo shia, wa shia shamli, ni wafio nekeni ne, deno topa femoni, waba kwenye fai, laboma, ke adra biti sa ni yo bia ne, amefe ke pono biti, amefe ame kwenye fai, ake nye to bediano, ni nekeni no ne ese afo, ni laboma ye ne yaba ni ye kejo yaba, se biosi ye abeku, kwa odomo, besi ano ba abeku, se biosi, ni fe la boma normally ni fe be ba bua ni no na ne fe voilà son
you see bola son minke boy young man ake bola son but you are asking yourself bola ni free it is from you. Who are you blaming around the who are you blaming? Now, Jamaica, hey, and President, Yante, and I'm saying, oh, bottom. It is you are the cause of it. A Krobia Nipa Omudiso Ekanokrano. Nobody should live around any drainage, any big. How do they call it? How do you guys call it? How do you guys call that? Like, no, in any serious country. Nobody should live close to any storm drain or whatever you want to call it. Now, the issue here is, sa bola ya akogu apunim na free hin buy. Time ani e ka bola wansem, ya can say we need to act. Ya can say Sibia yesisi than the planning of the city is wrong. Nipa na ote MDDC office say MCE office say land commissioner and I say planning. Enfan wo. The moment obivema ni sikano obe science here. Now, what about you people who live in the neighborhood? You, the people are muting neighborhood. What do you do? Oh, where they say family home or the ball egum, ball and kwa besaba. Now, ball and togo. The baller is in the neighborhood. Every chadwa, every dance man, every dance man, every kolashibi, every lashibia, every fanungwa. That is how it works. And we are not fully taking the blame. The government too needs to take the blame because the system, the state needs to also work, do its part. Now, continuously or consistently, let's take it from the back. A dear partner Abain aye, because if Abain starts to do something, and you one day Abain the a consistent approach to the problem. Now, for 8 years, we didn't see any massive work done to prevent floods in Accra. We didn't do it. Now let me tell you, sa ball away and sa disaster way. You see. For a long time, no, na etete ho. Because na nani yenya insua emu adin entoyenti. Na yehu the limiter ebetumako. So idea I'm wine say in sooner toy than been told that. Now every time you're in sober toy on can say a flood no. Oh say oh is magnitude to say the reason was that na in sooner etono na enoso na pressure nim. Now in so way now be expose any nipa na yeti krodim no. Say there's a lot I was taking care of. One, the way we plan our city. And two, the way we are filthy, we are trash people. Yeah, you baller for. Into in sooner do na toy no. Into winim. Flood. And Kasebi obenya the best 7 days no. 1 day flood na muhu ni sa no. It's because of in sooner toy no. Ne do no. Into sanki yenya insu do we ya. And we will never realize this damage. But you see, Debiani eka. Let's do something. Let's take care of this. Yeah. Time in sooner. Tono, see what happened. That's what I've been talking about. In Sunday, to Bolagum. And the issue is as simple. When you allow people to live close to storm drains, when the city build these storm drains, and you allow people to live close to it, that's what they do. In Tubankraya, there are a lot of Odo River, any Colino. Hey, let me tell you, or the Odo and all that. It is because we have allowed people to live close to it. Now, Sebio, when I live like 2 feet, 2 meters from Sa Gata Kakraka, we are. Oh, yes, I'm a dustbin. I would never take it because me want access to throw it into the drain. It is basically another avenue for people to throw trash and to mess the state up, mess the place up. Because I will be a gata no. Also, my gata kakraka is here in Sodeba, Sebio, Emfawa, Obwa. Anything about Bruchra, your drainage is kakranka say your big gutters are such a way. But have you seen it before? No. The reason why they don't give you access to those things and then they say, nipa ye create bia. Otnawa de ohuno, and then react to. It is a obiti gata we wa. Nasa Sebio at the end of the day, onim se anajo obetima ko toilet dia tum, obetima hwe ni ball eguma. There's no way obetima convincing the person on the trash bin or jaye den. Iti uti Ghana, uti nkran, uni trash bin. Why are you living in Accra? And I was say abandon shemra. Say if you be a trash bin in Nimuno, say landlord, say if you know the rent control will shut it down. They close it. Every household, they need to go and give you a bin. You need to pay for your trash to be picked. It needs to be a law. I was say a yemra. Now the government also needs to do one thing. The people living close to these drainages, big ones, and anytime I can just say Wager, nobody should live 1,000 meters from Wager. No. Because around Wager, no matter what, about less maybe a quarter of a mile or whatever, they are living in water. We all know. We all know. And mommy and want to say this is the first time I did we see a BCBM. And the honest truth is, it does not matter. You can blame Mahama. He's not going to be president forever. NDC, they are going to be powerful for 42 years. You cannot take the government down. You have to protect yourself by making sure, we need to hold these leaders, these chiefs. Yetimantem na obini na mkromo oh where the oyo hene we trust say oh your hene trust us so say chiwutum unim nyansa. Oyo hene ukotwa asase wo nsuom mate se eye Chado area wo nyina eye Lagoon se den, and then people come to power the last 8 years. Menu mienu na enim se Chado estate bi ho. Menu mienu until Ekufuado ne ba omia 2017 ba power and omo turn Chado eye lake no they turned it into a land. We know your grass bi wo kwampa efifi wo area bia, you know that place is a waterlogged area. Mameka bi binchira mu. Mo a insu afa mo dan nyina 90% of you munim say bia motini nsuo efa ho. You know. Let's not pretend. Let's not act as if say ye Jimmy ye nim ye. Dia ekos ni nyina ye ni tua. Obia insu afa ni fie dan obia nim. They are pretending to say this is the first time. Ebi sida na buying one for sika mbambe and me video bi maami bi. Mo be hwe me dem. Dey see John Mahama nye hu unim say bia otini nsuo ho. Obia betena area ho AC filling station. You know. Sa asafuacha wo ho wona odi kro na wo ho no wona wo se ye panyini, you know baby akwa ni si filling station no ebe block isuo no enkwasi afoti kro no they protected that rich man and the filling station na ese mo dan. Don't blame the government, and I'm not isolating the government. Abai upon abai, and this government needs to be blamed because there are some things that the government needs to be bold, some decisions the government needs to take, and it been a make abai no. So the NDC government also needs to take blame for this because right now MPP now also this is the NDC government in power. So at the purpose here, you better NDC abaso. So the NDC government needs to sit up and look at this issue critically. They need to basically make decisions, and those decisions are what? People living close to drainages, give them weeks to move from there and cover those nonsense drainages. Don't give people the room to commit a crime. In our attempt to save our own people, our decisions destroy them, and that is what is happening. Because I'm very sure, say, you created this drainage, our intentions, but that decision you take, is it helping? The decision is rather destroying us because you drainages now. Now look at this video. Here be any party. Now here be a drainage. Look at this.
Look. You see this kiosk. This kiosk. Somebody's kiosk. You have to leave the house. Huh? You have to leave the house. Cars, they say it even took cars came to pass it. Cars, motorbikes, animals.
Massa, the one I saw before, here, the same place here. Oh. I can't say that people there. My phone is free.
They'll tell you, oh, Yaya Gata, the moment I go to Odono, na esi cycle, na next to Odo River, also Lagoon, next to it, na say, you're this big gata, Yankata Aswa, na Jonfono Woni, and then I'm ball and going. I'm asking you a simple question. So, cycle, metonade or cycle. Na this big gata swo, security nano. Na metonade, na me na me pra. The same AMA. The same government to say, Upton Aderia pra. Now, opera we are on Fanko. Now, you say, or done the Daho, the Mudaho, or Bienu, or Quadomunatum. We are creating that problem. We need to understand. In the process of trying to solve a problem, we create more problems for the people. So, the Odona Esiwano, it is not supposed to be opened. No. It's supposed to be covered. Because Omo was second, Gata. Now, how many times can you desilt this gutter? You can't. It is big. It needs a lot of money. You need a lot of power, money to desilt Odono. You cannot. So what you do is you prevent it totally. So before you move forward, what you do is you build fence, a certain timber 20 feet. Then you commit to doing what? Clearing every shit in it. After that, the same time, you put concrete on it. Then you make sure that it is secure to the point obi to import ball and two. Then in Sobia be a raw water or dirty water and no. But today we are sitting here saying we are going to fight air flooding. We cannot. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not fucking kid ourselves. Let's not pretend to say the air course is able to solve. You have to be solve it. You have to be solved because as a nation, as a people, we are not ready to take hard decisions. Every single person living close here, those in your man or they need to go. I'm telling you. Some VIP for no to cycle market women. Ball and and we all know spare parts, every single person ball and because it's accessible, because we have given them a direction, we have given them a place to dump their trash. Odo, nobody should live even 500 meters from Odo. Everybody that lives close to it should be moved away from there. What are we doing if we are leaders? If we are a nation and we cannot take decisions, that decisions are immediately it will hurt, but in the future it will save us, and then we are not building a nation. Every day, Biano, you're taking decisions as you slow. Oh, Obi Beka and Wabo Ajunabone, Obi Beka Buafu, Obi Buafu, never save Obi. What the fuck is that? Just take the decision. Send a byway and decided say everybody close to Odo River. Wow, we are 200 meters from Odo River. Move. We are giving you 2 months. There are some people who come out and demonstrate. There are some people who come out and say, don't give a fuck about that. Make sure you are saving Omwangasa lives. And the moment you do that, you will not see this nonsense happening in Accra. Every drain, storm drain, beer, Accra beer is opened. A recipe for disaster. A recipe for disaster. We cannot do this. We cannot keep talking. Somebody has to take the hard decisions. We are not educated. Sometimes, I'm catching Ghana for Ghana, with all due respect, it is a moi, especially the African. You need to be strict on us. Ghana for ask yourself why. Bogus Libi or Ghana, Mudru Ghana, Junso Abontin, Busansa Dintra. Obiatna Bruche 25 years, 30 years, Onyini Beman Junso Abontineda. Obi Crampo Airtun to Sue Guantano Ferry. Why? Because what they came to meet is what they have to live with. Your bogus to Germany, eti America, eti UK. On Tibin Junso Abontineda, Johnson in the Shannon or driving up a baby rest stop. Or Drew Ghana, or Kwe Yeno or Johnson. Right? Because the system allows it. We are enticed about what we see. Especially as Africans, we grew up in a system like that. You need to take very difficult decisions to change us. And those difficult decisions will hurt people. Don't fucking worry about them. The same people turn around and say, hey, what boy you? First party in so but so we have seen so many of it. Time John Mahama Air Circle, Dubai Circle. What didn't we see? What didn't we hear? John Mahama kaso kwesi kejetia edi na nsi. John Mahama ne NDC kaso mu besi kejetia edi na nsi wo Ghana ha. Ensembe na nipa anka. Atenie ne aduabo be ne ambo. Ende omo ana omudwunso konkom. Tama na old kejetia no ha. Embe ma hwe omadeja no. Ende omo nye baby dwunso ene. Ema esi omo from oba. That is what you do. You are a leader, you take decisions. The nonsense of pampering a Ghanaian would be say krono. Ghana for naturally we are born foolish. You ready? Ghana ni African, we are naturally born foolish. You see, because we are born into a system that basically encourages foolishness. When we do something for a long time and you tell us, say, you become our enemy. And it is normal. Let them understand it. Because the same African who is able to shit close to a market will come to America and see a market and he cannot shit there. You know why? Because he came into a new environment that he knows that's a sin. So we are supposed to infuse this. So there's the political part of this issue, and also there's the human attitudinal part of it. Let's not sit in Ghana and pretend to say the ekosono, ye de asano, ye doing so until we make the hard decisions. It is said recently, Yate say John Dramani Mahama, the president, flat we see, and a President Mahama, he decided to say the rate at which in so a yiri funny power on crime. Almost every part of Ghana is so yiri. But Oba Accra, the intensity, what he's seen on TV, it wasn't one community. It wasn't one estate. It wasn't one neighborhood. It was basically the whole of the Greater Accra region. Now, the president wanted to have a first-hand idea of what is actually happening in the Greater Accra region. So if you're the president, what will you do? Are you going to be the president who will tell somebody to come and brief you? Are you going to be the president who will just drive your car to Circle and stand there and look at the water and drive back home? Or you are going to be the president who wants to have a first-hand view of what is really happening in the Greater Accra region, that you can have a clear understanding of the situation? A wise, intelligent president will get in the air Because when you're up, you see more than you are down. So the President of the Republic decided, said, no, for me to sit for somebody to come and brief me, for me to drive to a place where at the end of the day, I don't even know how the danger is, what is happening, to a place where I can see only 5 houses. Because when you go to where it flooded, as a human being, you cannot see beyond 20 houses. So if you go stand at Lashibu, you go stand at Chadu, you go stand and then the cameras follow you and then you stand there and you say, oh, do you really have an idea of what's happening in the Greater Accra region? And do you know how big the Greater Accra region is? This is the President of the Republic deciding to go in the air to have a first-hand idea, the visual of the whole city, how the water is basically destroying properties, where it's coming from, what we need to do, how you can see where wetlands are and where hilly lands are. The president wanted to have a feel, understand, get a clear picture. So he got in a helicopter. And a wise man will always want to view a holistic problem than picking small bits of the problem. So the president got in a helicopter and I said, let me go and see it for myself. Now, the question I want to ask you people, more MP before say Kenya president of a helicopter, a video, you people, no more idea about the devastation. 99% of you Ghanaians, you were all looking at the situation from eye level. But Kenya video where about Bontine, our president got on a helicopter to go up and see damage, how far it traveled, how properties have been destroyed, how wetlands have been taken over. Kenya president video we are 99% of you Ghana for, including Bawumia Jimmy, you would have never had an idea of the rate of damage. So the president even gets on a helicopter, giving us an idea of what is on the ground. At the end of the day, we didn't even have an idea of how far the destruction goes. Kenya video we are yet to be a question. I just say Hong Kong. The better say, yes, but we didn't have an idea. Ghana. We didn't have an idea that the devastation, how wide it is. And that's how video we are. And 99% of you MPP4, including Bawumia Jimmy, they wouldn't have known how far this damage has gone. So the decision by the president to go up there and get a clear picture with the committee on Ongasate for them to brief him, do you think it was a wise decision? Yes. Now, I've heard some of my senior journalists state that, this one wasn't good because it's not good for the optics. It is. With all due respect, we are not doing a 1992 politics. We are not doing politics of convenience. We are doing politics of action, whereby leaders will take proactive action. So we wanted to see the president pick his convoy, go stand at one particular place, fold his arms, listen to people talk, get back in the car and go home. Is that what we want to see? Are you not going to be shocked if the president drives to one place? Now, how many places can the president drive? That was the moment all streets were blocked. Majority of the streets that goes to these places, they were blocked. We are talking about the first gentleman of the land. We don't even know where it was safe for the president to stand. A place could look muddy at night, but it could be a hole. We are talking about a president who is being proactive and being wise. It's not about the optics. It is not about a status. The status is there. But a president who wants to understand the situation, there are presidents who are toys, who just want to be president. And there are people who want to solve problems. If you want to solve problems, you need to have a clear understanding, a wider knowledge of the problem, not somebody sitting in your face and briefing you. Because looking at it yourself and seeing the vastness of the effect, you will have an understanding of the issue. Into any president video where I can want Ghana for more bruche and more Ghana. How many of you would have known the effect, the level of devastation, and our gutters being overflown? How many of you would have seen it? When we get the opportunity to speak, we cannot always sound nice and intelligent. Sometimes we need to assess the situation from different perspectives. I believe that this president, the decision to get in the air, to understand the situation and its seriousness, is the best decision any president can make. But you see, what hurts and say, we as Ghanaians, we know what is right. But you pretended to say the Jimmy by Jimmy. We all know. Say what the president did on any day. So what was I'm trying to say? In so we are not a year in Sansuwi. Sa in so we.
Look. You see, this kiosk. This kiosk. Somebody's kiosk. You have to leave the house. You have to leave the house. Cars, they say it's even cars came to pass it. Cars, motorbikes, animals.
Massa, the one I saw before, here, the same place here.
So, as a nation, we wanted the president to drive in a four-wheel drive, wearing jackets, putting on a helmet or whatever, wearing gloves, and going to stand there to see this water moving. Is that what was going to give the president an idea of the devastation? I'm asking you people. Sana na president here. It's in Kaonko baby bako. Now for Kankusiwo. Now in 10 minutes. No, they not go say, Mahame, we adore, we love you. Now, then it solves the problem. This is a president who is a doer. This is a man who always wants to have an understanding of a situation. This is a man or person or tenyo masi and son or grante. This is not a toy president like Kufuor or Bawumia. This is a man who wants a clear and a first-hand information of issues. So the president, helicopter near Kotodo Siwono, Ade Yere Kochichirengo, and I say Yere Ton Kerosene. Helicopter is on the Jumani Binie. It's not just to travel in a helicopter to go for funerals or to go and visit a chief. This helicopter, ne Jumani Binie Enye. When there's a storm and the president wants to understand what is actually happening to his people, he gets up and see the level of devastation. Right now, when he asks the president, Mr. President, what do you think about the situation? He can tell you that when you look at the devastation from this end to that end, when you look at this particular place from the sky, you can see the water running from Odo and ending at this place. He can give you an idea of what he saw from up. But when you call this comedian, this idiot, this guy, when you get somebody like this, who thinks everything is politics, when you get a political party, it's MPP, or say BBI politics. When you get a comedian like this who gets up in the streets, he gets on the streets wearing sneakers, yadi ride a bike or gym, and he gets some dumb idiots following him who goes to two places and stand there and pretend he's intelligent. That is where we get. You see, my problem with us is say Jimmy. So this Bawumia guy, or someone upon or share jeans. Or share boxer shorts or share jeans. And or share shirt or share sneakers. Or kwahin. Or kwashen zuonibi. Or kwafa techemu. And how many houses na Bawumia behu? Even where he went, I know monsa wabono. Na onante bahat no. How many houses will Bawumia see? A dear pana Bawumia behu. Bawumia cannot see beyond 5 houses. So for this guy to be walking in the mud, all because Odumsa Jimmy. Or just send Kwasiadi Omuye and Murefi. And they be a catch Ghana for MPP for Ghana for majority of MPP for Jimmy. And so this guy, he has been told to say, Ghana for Jimmy, go out there and walk in the mud. This is an exercise. It could have happened at the end of the day. This Bawumia guy would have died. You know why? Obetmetia bibi sumana woni name. Oshe Edian sneakers, Oshe Kambu. obetumi tia prego so mana wo ne nemu obenya tetanus obewu Bawumia betumi tia bibi so na asenki no amana kohyem ni ti bebo bibi mo bewu ye Jimmy. So this is all about politics. It is not about being somebody who feels for the Bawumia they see and enfan who. Because when you watch this video of Mahmoud Bawumia, you can see psychologically there's a problem with it.
Dr. Bra. Dr. Bra.
Yes. Enti omo anomo garden no omo she boot. And ono na ose ono odi omani no hye kambu. The level of into also every fear no. All dressed no. What did they tell him? Omo me ni aid ne yire ene nkofo di na chine. Dey na omka kire no doctor, ye ko baby a nsuo na to. Ye ko baby a teche no no. Doctor ye ko tietia nsuo mo. Na still doctor she boot kambu ana doctor nim nyansa. And they said doctor ka say me ko akoye de me ko akoye surgery e wo tiara. Na doctor wonim say wo koye surgery. Okono at the end of the day, what dress said the Okoye Galamsey? You know, sir, Okoye surgery. You have a Galamsey outfit in surgery. Udu hospital, you take off all your clothes. You have to wear the prescribed outfit. Surgery. You need to clean your hands, clean your arms. Make sure you don't go into the surgery with any bacteria. Make sure, say, the surgery you are going in, you have covered your hair. Say, be enter obiyum. Just say, you know the principle, the basics. It is a doctor rush surgery. Next obe rush surgery no washe dian washe kambu washe dian washe mine for touchlight. So why dian washe bulletproof. About the doctor, doctor, are you okay? And this is what we are seeing here. So now obi be doctor, are you okay? Because when you were leaving the house, was your wife at home? Oh my God, so you didn't Jimmy ana onim so you Juma hospital and one washe dian galam say for atade. So this man getting out of the house and opportunity to ohroneto say or kwakoshe flat victims or kwakoshe situation on the ground na or sorry na or she kambu ne jeans or jeans say or the kwakoshe abra onim say one say or idea of the flats are onim say the water levels are high. In fact, people say or say he has seen what is happening on social media. Then now so hunyansa who say baby amekono enya sorry them. In fact, I'm going to a place that people are not even supposed to go at that moment because it is dangerous. But this guy leaves the house. Now doctor she helmet or the surgery. Doctor Sebio or she mate form pobwa or the surgery. Doctor Sebio wakako for a parachute abolichi or the surgery. Nurse is some because the doctor we Jimmy for. Into wobano ufri fie bano. Now news of a surgery. Why are you wearing a mate for atadie? Why are you wearing galamsey for atadie? Why are you wearing a parachute? Because in surgery, you don't wear parachute to do surgery. It's for him, for this guy to even get out from home wearing these kind of things and walking in mud, it means he's not intelligent enough to lead anybody. Because this should tell you the man is not a man enough to think beyond.
Dr. Bra. Dr. Bra.
So you see what they were doing? What was that impacted by that? Bawumia picture. Bawumia didn't feel the picture. On say they were in front of Bawumia shooting Bawumia's foot. Omu trying to nasi atachaba the nasi. MPP. Omu yin kukofi omu Jimmy. So they went out. It's all for the optics. So I have pictures. I have campaign. Oh yeah. Or this again of where Jimmy. Mami kwa bonchina mko tete atachem na me hunye fina nkofo se me dogana. Na hwan en dogana? Armed robbers omo boni po ka mukura ebotuo kam no. Omo yire no omo ba omo do omo ntino omo yesa adwuma no. Some of the armed robbers omo reason to the armed robbery no. Omo ka kire wan hwe obesum, but it's a crime. Ain't nobody can say dogana chobia. Ba omia hu say MPP for na Jimmy. Odin say omo to abama Akufo-Addo be wie mu 2016 no. The same people are alive. No. Ghana for abrosa Jimmy no. So now here these are the views of Ghana for omo hu Bawumia from far. Now, some Ghanaians saw Bawumia from far. Later, Omujin say, oh, nipo ko enwani, amahama na later omu say Bawumia na namono. You understand how Ghanaians think about Bawumia, their views about Bawumia. 90% of Ghana for Bawumia say he's not stable. Omu Bawumia say onim nyansan to make decision as a man. Sibia Rosemond the kind, right? This is Bawumia. I had no headache.
What the mobile? Mama for Fununu. Mama make a sense I'm for your camera. MPP Fulvia. I cannot dare what's the cabo when we end. And I'm saying you Fulvia, I cannot stick up boy. I'm not just person there. I'm not even for financial only. Yeah, but we never be about me. I was about no. I don't know. About me. You're the right one. What it? Whether to see it as well, I've done that by 8 years in Yanamuke. I've done obey, then obey. What the mamu to me, on the way, John. One my grand my energy bedroom. Ocean Guard and I obey you, and that by the Ocean Guard obey. And you have 12 I had about me. I like yes, sir. Yes, sir. What move you? This is possible. Yeah, right now, we are in the CI. Why is the CI? I had my move about young and go for big. Hey, Baumian and go for. I'm not just person there. I'm not even for financial only. Yeah, but we never be about me. I was about no. I don't know about me. You're the right one. What it? Whether to see it as well, I've done that by 8 years in Yanamuke. I've done that obey, then obey. What the mamu to me, on the way, John. One my grand my energy bedroom. Ocean Guard and I obey you, and that by the Ocean Guard obey. And you have 12 I had about me. I like yes, sir. Yes, sir. What move you? This is possible. Yeah, right now, we are in the CI. Why is the CI? I had my move about young and go for big.
You see, Ghana for Munjibio. Sanqua Siadi way about Omiana and call for an Ghana for Musomu Jimmy for. They are stupid people. You were in power for 8 years. That's why with this issue, I don't want to basically blame anybody. But you see, the rate at which MPP for Jimmy Omjin say Obi Jimmy, that is what allowed people to let them understand. So only than in Nimiansa. Okojina nsuo no de obeye nsuo na na 8 years na otwam asenso bo achi jimifuo Kumasi no ofri ni krom Kumasi obetwa ahomam ye kwan ye overhead enkran wentumi anye bi Kumasi nyansa be na onim enti de bia meka tell say MPP for Jimmy. Sometimes some issues is here. We don't want to politicize it, but it's the reaction of the MPP in the mayor politicizing issues because the leadership of the MPP are stupid. Yeah? Time of flood we see, the MPP were the first to release a statement from Parliament. After you can kwasia, ebe catch a Ghana for say, I abino and a den and a mudi abina tem and a adia chinya. Now, but we have a catch a Ghana for say a national issue. MPP for in Parliament led by Afenyo Makin. He sought a permission from Bawumia and releasing statement say, "Yem blame NDC are buying for the flats." MPP for Adwini because of some Jimia obisa minority omo. Naturally, they were born stupid. They grow dying foolish. Omo party, our Parliament led by Afenyo Makin. Okwaji permission wa Bawumia read it through omo statement, and omo publish it say, "Sa flood ya ACR and the issue for nipa." Nyomesino, yem blame NDC are buying because NDC are buying also. ade chinya koliko na kojina krum catch Ghana for say woni bibi sa issue a national issue intie nyina yenka ehumbom enkwasiafo mugina parliament ka say NDC na akose mo flag bearer na oye koliko na sebio abayo bi say onya bema ne bema kitikiti say big edien cap no ono so be gina be catch say national issues when e tie no. Such a foolish political party led by stupid men and women. The question here is, my party representatives of my parliament say, "Yemble NDC for these flats." Yatiasie. Adechinya, Koliko say it's a national problem. We should solve it. National problem. And blaming NDC. How do we solve this problem? You can see, said the party is disjointed. Nyansenin nim ejimi fonaka. It's the NPP as a political party, we are Ghana in our form serious and our Ghana in our problem because they are not intelligent enough to understand the issues. They are not intelligent enough to understand the Koliko way. He's not a leader. Rosemond the catcher or say, Papa, Eba Omia, na Opempia Jantra Formano, on your Bema, on to me and take decisions, Bema or Diminyansa. Now, technically, no, or Jimmy for an argument form. That is what Rosemond told us on TV, and it is playing out. Because I want you for ma, I don't know free fee, Kambu, Oko flood area. How can you think like that? Actually, why you for form? Actually, be a one monsa, ebia we precocie, ebia wangasano. You don't know who you are because how can you just walk out and say, "I am going to a flood area, a flood zone"? It is the water has flooded the whole place, and then you are wearing kambu. Actually, why Jimmy? Actually, why you form? This alone should prove that you are not intelligent enough to lead people because you could not basically reason. The lowest form of reason to know say me kotieti ensum me here long boot metme tia dade so metme tia prego so bibi betuma pame na wahye kambua unim nyansampo engine say you can reason engine say de okono also kotia ensum. These are the kind of people obehye kambua kotia ensum na wahye Wellington boot ya kwagem. Baumia is the opposite of reasonable people. These are the kinds of people may catch though or to me condom not a shan and sa not a shan and num because now you didn't chance the condom share bema and he can do that because if he can take a kambu to a flooded zone na say onim nyanse hu say baby a okod insuo na yiri ebe du kotoja this same person bet me condom not a shan and sa go kromoti not a shan and num no I guess we dey lewa he is not intelligent enough to be a leader de bia ya kan say etano onim nyansa weja obuofu minjai abuofunu. I'll be right back after this short break. On shako na memeti amafro. Ayana mumodo do no ma adwini nya adwuma. Wo wo. You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
What's it day? November to November. Me and no mind, no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisma. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. What's it day? As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one actually walk on with 3 bumped and I see you're not as having the sign. And the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop. Day, November to November. Me and no mind, no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisma. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. What's it day? As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one actually walk on with 3 bumped and I see you're not as having the sign. And the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Today, November to November. Me and no mind, no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisma. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. What's it day? As a mission city ball in a K won't yes, you're not as having the sign. Whoa. Only one actually walk on with 3 bumped and I see you're not as having the sign. And the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know the detail no evidence. I go to chill like a oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star.
I'm a pop star. You know that I'm a pop star. Yeah, that who you are so live on Loud Talents TV. Maka, Mobian take Baumia serious. And sometimes I catch a Ghana for no bufu. Oh, Baumia Unimyanza. Mahmoud Baumia Unimyanza. Namon kai time I think COVID-19 bayana. Baumia mon who concert or Ghana. Ebini Baumia went to COVID-19 time. Okay. Or call center and okoji call center ni be adwuma ye. Do you know the one speaking? It is Mahmoud Baumia. You san oye san otie. Mahmoud Baumia onim nyansa. And when I say onim nyansa, politically onim nyansa. On tiasie, politics no on tiasie. De bia we twabi on tiasie. COVID-19 ba who concert oye. Into we krampo dey comedy. COVID-19 ba this is Baumia COVID-19 time. E dey na wanya we kai.
Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. This is the National Information Contact Center. Hello. Good afternoon. This is the National Information Contact Center. We are speaking to Mahmoud Baumia. How can I help you? Yes. Kaswa. And what's your name? Anotown, Enomeri area. Okay. Yes. So how can I help you? Yes. Okay. You don't have water. This is in Kaswa, Enomeri area. Okay. There's no water. Bojasi Road. Okay. We will look to dealing with this. Do you know who you're speaking to? Oh, okay. You're speaking to Mahmoud Baumia, the Vice President. The Vice President. Yeah, you don't believe it. Yes, that's me. I think she's confused. You need water. Okay. We will Enomeri area, right? Anotown in Kaswa. You have 2 10,000-liter tanks. Okay. Your message to the water suppliers, and I'm sure you will see them soon. Keep here. Quoting, Assemblyman is quoting. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. God bless you. Thank you. You're welcome. You are blessed, huh? Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
This is what he did. COVID time. No more this kind or the Oyani. Baumia. You don't know Baumia. Now me who say obi ti want to argue because of Baumia. What is a Baumia? This is not a human being. I have told you, it's a consonant, it's an adjective. Baumia was a model. It was is a robot made 1974 by 1954 by the Russians. Baumia is not human being. When no is anyoma we no ye. Nose mask to me may this guy, you take him serious at your own peril. Why should anybody take Baumia serious? This is COVID-19 time. You know, I keep asking myself. It is anyone who concert way na aqua way and washes a kambu and namatechem. Now, he's not a serious guy, he's a comedian. Baumia is an in and out joker. In and out, typically. Our joking instinct or not to me Casano or to me Dano Sre. Samina Nenka Centra. Enter a wuchenya chance. Me so otumik da no sre. Otumik da Baumia. Or da hwan kro no aso siriem. Ono agade to me sre ono an snoring. Na na yere kro Baumia. Ono otumik da no sre. Wait. Na ye jiminti ye refi Baumia. En nyoma Baumia ye no krum ha. Make me Bob Baumia nyoma wa ye no krum ha. Na we akujase akujina tachem. Inta den ya yamani be di president. No me den. into obedi president obedi atachero obedi president in so nyina mabiom Mahmoud Bawumia nya nipa ne Greece na awe ni robo me say the battery sha to na edum onim de oye he is confused. Mahmoud Bawumia, he is confused. The campaign message ni only oye me say to crow waka say Bawumia so to no nyina tetem. Wait, don't ever take this consonant serious. Me bu some questions say what is a Bawumia? And they need to answer what Bawumia is. Because I don't see him as a rational human being. I don't see. What is Bawumia? One day I am an economist. The next day I am not an economist. He does not know who he is or what he represents. Yet one day say, or a Russian. Because on one man prusini on tiasie, the man prusilization grow on tiasie. So let's not waste too much time. When I see Bawumia, the battle for Russia to know or skirmishes be don't discuss Bawumia. It's not important to us. We need to support this government. At least $350 million cedis has been put in the system. We are helping. We are seeing people being helped. Let's not waste time on a year. Mahmoud on now your popcorn. This idea you want to take up. Wait, just say honesty is bia. There's no gas around him. Hey, akwane na ma jong jirim. The food di ha no osre no hwesoro no only focus bia in life. Still bia no. Sorry, the posture say or say unnim baby or say Russian omo tune ni kakro into nanka mu tune man straight and they say unu or baby there's all be realization. That guy is not ready. He is not that guy, but people want to force Bawumia to be. He is not. He does not have it. You can see clearly. So Bawumia pa koliko wonimu you can see it. The Johnsons be plenty. Adia way upe Assemblyman kura wonye ade aba Bawumia ye assemblyman kura wo ya wonye ade aba Bawumia ye we ope assemblyman kura wonye. Is this a campaign message? What is that? What does this mean? Mabehwa mabenante atechemu ento aba ma wo na be ye den na be tete atechedi. Yeah, I want to put this message across, a very important message. Mr. B, I need to put this out. And this goes to the education ministry. There's something happening. I want the government to take action before it becomes a disaster. And Oko Adenta, there's this school called Christ Faith School. Christ Faith School, our Adenta. Mr. Minister, this school, get fancy this year. The school is falling apart. Enkwaragu school nimu. Any moment, so the teachers are scared to speak about it. So if the minister is listening, these kids in this school, they have to be evacuated. The school is in Adenta, Christ Faith School. Adenta. Enkwaragu school dining. The school building is falling apart. Abronsani bubu. We all know Mama yantina ho emanim bumbu obiba. The moment I'm about to ma abronsan we buoku obiba, you people we will attack you. So Ochina, we want the minister to go there and assess this school. Mr. P, get me a video from the school. We have taken videos of school and we have seen the school is falling apart. A dino bubu. The kids there, they see it every day. Most of the teachers are scared to talk about it because Omugin said they'll be targeted. Now, the minister, this is your job. At least, we don't want you to come tomorrow next, when these kids are killed, to come and tell us, we will not spare anybody. Their lives in that school. Their young people they are willing to learn to come help this nation. Into what I am saying from this platform, Ochina, we want the minister to send a team there. If the minister himself, if he's in Accra, go to that school. Christ Faith School. Or Adenta. The school is falling apart. Tomorrow is a holiday. I don't care. Holiday crowd is the best time to go. If tomorrow is a holiday, it's the best time to go. Tomorrow, go there. It does not matter whether it's a holiday or not, because the next day or Monday, these kids are going to come to school. So I am advising the education minister. If you are not even in Accra, call the people who are in charge to go there and assess the school tomorrow. Mr. S, Mr. P, get me the video. Because the AC Ohoro, Yampesa Ochna, na Edian, Eye, Mobaka say, oh, you didn't know. I am mentioning it here. Ewadenta Christ Faith School. The school is breaking down. The school is falling apart. Ura skuduma, pillars ni nyina emre, enkorane to wana ebubugu omoso. We don't want these kids to die. Ochina holiday is a good day for the people who are in charge of making sure the school is a school able to they go there tomorrow. Say Ochina, say you send a team no koho. Na ye who say a government education minister Haruna Idrisu with two obiabaho or a team to assess the school. We will post it tomorrow and tell Ghana that tomorrow Ghana say ya can't want them the education minister wa nye. Into wa Mumbako School of Christ Faith, tomorrow or Monday, you the parents go to the school and tell the school leadership that you are not going to allow your kids to stay under that death trap. This needs to be solved. Wow, Babia what Christ Faith International Christ Faith School Denta. Monday, go to the school. Go and assess the situation yourself. So we a parent now we back our Christ Faith. Sa school near Denta Monday morning. Yes, watch a holiday. I don't care. The minister will hear what I'm saying. Monday morning, every parent should go to the school and assess the building. Sa school in the building, it is breaking, it is falling apart. Yabetra mankwara 20, 30, 40, 50 wu ansani yabe kwasi ye abegina State House abesu abe Kinkai Bible. We don't want that foolish thing to happen. So this is a message to the education minister. Let somebody, let the team go there and fix this problem. Yeah, man, Korano enter sa school. Tomorrow I'll send my team there. They will be on standby to monitor. My advice to the parents and then say on Monday. Say Monday a holiday, so I don't know. But any day be a school baby follow the kids to the school and go assess the school building inside. Moshe school no. Omo mutia brunsana say adani nyina propro, adani nyina bubugu nkorana so one day all these kids will die. Mr. P, Mr. S, get me a video. Na me fanchira Ghana for ansana makomenim on this particular matter. So Ghana baby. That's a school be so. Na school na abe death trap. A buying school, private school. Let us have the video. So what Ghana ende? It does not matter where you are. Say uti school daibim. We a teacher ni. We a student. We a parent. Na school be obako sa school no. Na sa school no. Unim se school no structure no enye. Any day school no betume bua. You can send us a message. You can send a message into our inbox on Facebook. We will put it on the screen. We will tell the education minister to make funds available for those schools to be either refurbished or pulled down for a new school to be built. It is important. It is our Bako school be now Shame. Now I go school no one say school no structure yet. A buying school anytime be able to be. In fact, private schools are schools are engineering and also because we don't want anybody to die in Ghana. We don't want any kid to die out of somebody's stupid greed. Yan kwasi ye bi mo Ghana enkwasi ansambode enkwasi anyame be hye wanan mu enkwasi we de anyame na gina anyame yampesa ankwasi statement ni bi. We want to protect the young people in Ghana, the young kids. They want to go to school, they want to learn, they want to live a free life. We cannot put them in death trap for them to be dying. Enti wa ochena ekwo obawo school be either a buying school, private school. Go do everything possible and film the inside and outside and let us see the structure. So structure in ya, you will put it out and tell the education ministry to make sure. So school no move tum no ma check enquire other cluster schools so no ma fix this school now. It is possible to do. Because a school be area, that's a school be enye na aban person bubugua. Aban bet ma check enquire other area schools so na aban enya time AC school no. We don't want anybody to die because they want to go get knowledge in school. Team, I want to move forward. And, okay, do you have it for me? All right, I think my team, they have a video of the school. Let me pull the video here and then play the video. I know Education Minister will get it. Anytime I spend the time also, I want the school at this point, the school is basically falling apart. And anytime. Now, these are the videos. My main first school videos. And your team, thank you very much for bringing this in. So, Mamin trying to say me to me at some videos of the school. the ekoso ewo sa school ho and why make us enyumbre. Private schools so also included. Mo mako private school. Omuji sika say we dey private school. Yeah, sure bano. Make sure say school na obano kono. Enye school sebio omo building no ebebu ebeku ba. Inti mo masoko private school no. Mo so mo ka ho. Let us have the videos. Very important. Na awofo no mo na debia etumofo. Mo you don't care no. Obi beku uba. Remember, this video was taken by Arnold. We all know Arnold. When it comes to a big push project, Ghana, school, Ghana. Arnold has been one person. He's covered most of the roads nationwide. Or no, and basically worked with our team to bring this video. Mama, some of the things that issue was at school.
Whilst learning is happening, it is dangerous. The children sit in class with fear. The teachers are in class with fear. Even parents are at home are scared that their children are not safe under a roof like this. What is the problem with government institutions and bad maintenance culture? This is hands down bad maintenance culture. For 13 years, it clearly shows that maintenance hasn't been done on this building, and everything we're showing you shows clearly to the fact, or points clearly to the fact that we cannot continue to sit aloof and watch this happen. And I'm using the word aloof because I want to believe that letters have gone in and out. Headmasters who have come and gone, I'm sure, have written letters to have this problem solved, but nobody is waking up to do anything. Nobody is taking a step to get it solved. We're waiting for the building to collapse, for the children to die before we take knee-jerk actions or knee-jerk reactions, which is not the best. Now that we are calling for your attention or calling your attention or drawing your attention to it, this is the time to act. This is the time to act. The washrooms, now both male and female students are using the female washroom. Children cannot use cupboards in the class because when it falls or when rain falls, the water drips into the cupboards and destroys their books. So there are classrooms that cannot use their cupboard because water enters the cupboard. When children come to school, the first thing they do in the morning in a rainy season is to grab buckets and sweep the water in their classrooms before they settle in the wet classroom to learn. You can imagine the kind of environment that has been created with the wetness, and to have the children sit in it and learn. How would anything enter your head in conditions or under conditions like this? The library is in shambles. The roof is falling. You know, the metals are showing, there are cracks in the buildings that we're showing you. Now, the compound is a mess. The corridor is a mess. The classrooms are a mess. The teachers are scared. The authorities are scared. The children are scared. The parents are scared. So we're calling on authorities to come to the aid of this school. If for 13 years, Get Fund projects, yes, I'm told it's a Get Fund project, and it's only Get Fund that can fix the problem. Get Fund is still alive. Get Fund still exists. So why is Get Fund not fixing this? Why is Get Fund not fixing this? Should we wait until the worst happens before we start acting like we care? It doesn't look like we actually care, because if we care, we'll salvage the situations. We'll be proactive. We'll not be reactive. From the look of things, we want to wait and become reactive. The MCE, I believe in you, Honorable Ella. The MP, Honorable Ademu Ramadan, please wake up. The Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, your deputy, Honorable Clement Apak. This is a serious issue that needs to be taken care of. This is within Adenta municipality. This is Christ Faith Mission 2. I'm talking about Mission 2 primary block. Please, this is not good. It is not wholesome. And you know the funny thing, should anything happen and we have the children being caught in the crossfire, parents can sue the government, especially if evidence points to the fact that there has been, whilst learning is happening.
So you see it for yourself. Christ Faith 2. Christ Faith School 2. We want this done. And I don't blame this government. You know, we had a government for 8 years that did not develop anything. For 8 years, when it comes to the health sector, it was on its knees. For 8 years, when it comes to the education sector, it was on its knees. We saw free SHS in Kwasiadi and Kofo MP before did not even build one school. When it comes to energy sector, it was on its knees. When it comes to, but the issue is we made a decision to sack the MPP pigs. We brought you guys in. We know you cannot develop this country in a year. But at least you people are showing that the more NHS say, more papa, you are willing to basically work for the people. We also are trying our best to help you guys identify basic things that needs to be dealt with quickly or immediately. So that the pressure now, sometimes the citizenry put on government, it will be taken away. That is why we basically urge the government, when you hear us speak on these things, is to make the people understand. Say, abana moto, a woman say a krona say, and there are a lot of things. You guys have to do. Correct. Save this nation. There's a lot on your tables, but at the end of the day, your scale of preference, your priority, your here and the fata. These things are very important things. The lives of these kids, they are in your hands. The education minister, the deputy, get fund administration, all you guys have to. MC, MP. This is something that needs to be corrected. And there you say, I way one cry. So imagine. And so Adiabechi, Obo MPP, kwasi pay TV. So Ekufu de there, yabe kaino, nyoma Ekufu de ya Ghana, en crying yet. Share Adiawe is in Accra. So imagine the Volta region. Will Ekufu go to the Volta region, build a school or renovate a school? He wouldn't do it. In Sokrafa unafo kwasia wa sa chechide ka kire omo say omo antoama no. Do you think say adiebi esi e other part of country the country Ekufu de ba omia be they won't do it. So we know the gravity of the situation. We know say Abanwe for all these years MPP better so almost 9 years they did not do anything. So there's a lot to do. But when it comes to the lives of these young ones, we need to make it a priority. So I'll urge the government, I'll urge the minister, I'll urge the MP, I'll urge the MCE. This is an immediate thing. Next week, this school should at least see workers come there to fix this problem. Say inquiry na mube yo mako join this school be temporarily. Now money school be there for a month or so. Move the kids from there and fix this problem. I don't see this problem as a major problem. Within a week or 2 or 3, this problem should be solved. So we are urging the minister, we are urging all the people involved to make sure next week, we will hear something good. The country we know, and so far, NDC, you can see that the government is under pressure because there's a lot also we're taking care of. Because Bawumia and Kwasi Afono, they basically came to destroy this nation, and we all know. All right, now, I have lots and lots of things to talk about. There's another jandam in the system, Mati. And the jandam is about a locomotive trainer, Abanwe Akofaba. Sa trainer, and you're your regular trainer for passengers. Now, MPP phone him say, when it comes to the Abanwe taking its time to make sure, say, nyomebia, yebe they are protecting Ghana. This government is basically handling the basics. Ghana sank about 20 years or 10 years back in Soviet. Anka so many things are AC in the Nkensi. Ebiane in Sui flats. Now, NDC are buying in a year and a half. The first thing Mahama ba power catch the Ghana for say, your schools, what we call infrastructure, nyoma yebetum di achichire man de be na koma so. Into the first thing he said and say, nipa dodo a omo ewu Ghana akwan so. Any akwan a na ye expect say akwan ni nyina be say a ama de business in this country. Ekuafo bre edwedifo bre the driver for bre nipa ehwere nkwa into John Mahama Babem. The first thing he said and say we need to make sure akwanya ewo Ghana major roads, even roads ewo communities ya fix send be ya ye betumi connect oman no. Remember NDC ba power in 2012. Now omo vision and say they will connect this nation via a road and also rail and also by air into here NDC part 1 John Mahama or taking over from Atamils, the priority was to make sure you have better airports in Ghana. Into Accra International Airport, it was given a facelift. We saw NDC building a airport in Kumasi, in Sunyane, in Ho, in the northern region. You could see that they were trying to connect the nation. That was the same time John Mahama and NDC started in Pakadan railway line. the Omuyeno Western region. So we saw say there was an attempt to link the nation, and not just the nation in the nation only, to link the nation to other African nations neighbors we do business with. Into we hear John Mahama one now, they were more focused on air and I say aviation when it comes to air planes. There were a lot of airports that were built to make commuting from one region to the other easy for businessmen to travel, people to also travel, connect the nation quickly. The John Mahama administration one, Yehusibia, Omutumi Estati Akwain. We saw how John Mahama was able to connect the central and the greater Accra region by fixing the Kaswa, Ekwaino, making sure that even in Accra, the business hub, circle interchange, we go to Kotokraba, Utumi SC market no, to link Omomo between Accra and Cape Coast. The way they were able to go to Takrade, trying to build a Takrade market. You saw KJTIA to serve the northern sector, so you could see John Mahama one, there was a blueprint, there was a plan to connect the nation. Until right now, no, Abaya Sisama John Mahama Baby, for 8 years, we did not see any serious developmental project done by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration to do what? To link Ghana internally and externally. It would say the country was on its knees, it halted. Economic activities were not really working because the NPP did not continue that infrastructure when it comes to the roads, construction of hospitals, and also building markets to basically strategically to connect the nation. Now NDC is back again, and the same John Mahama is back with better vision, better ideas to connect this nation and to make sure that our roads live for long and last for long. It's a idea naba. John Mahama are buying about power and saying no. What they have done is they have brought in a locomotive. The honest truth is you need to understand the difference between trains. When it comes to train, your trainer you the train nyoma imudu, and your trainer for passengers. Oba Bruchira, when you go to Europe especially, or more passenger trains so the passenger trains no efanipa. It's a transporting nipa from one place to the other. And your cargo trains, locomotives. I don't know. Normally, they are free and say, yes, I train with a very tough engine. A trainer, to me, a power, a heavy load. It is all about Bruchira. We have something, your friend, locomotives, and I say, the cargo trains are, a chain bibi is a coal. Yaka cola, and no, do sometimes a chain boba. And then the coal, the chain a boar, and then the transporting vehicles. It took me car be a train be now cars bear 500 and a train the tobacco a train. So train now who said the tobacco the power now it to be generated it to be the load every one location to the other no and no now bro for the build domination. It over Spain, over Portugal, over UK, over some part of the United States of America. They use locomotive nitikeke now the trailer asoso. Now nitino and what the team no and then to be dragging a lot of weight behind it. Now, when it comes to passenger train, you basically need a soft or a low engine capacity engine to basically be a passenger train because load na air fan and also. Nipa your weight and to say abo. Nipa your weight and to say articulator track. Nipa your weight and to say container. It took maybe to say New Jersey. Uko maybe to say Canada. Makoho. You can see say ultimate train be na container be 300 na train no edeko. Sani tino your friend locomotive. Now, Nitino, it has a lot of power. The engines are not regular engines. These are specially made engines. It can withstand any amount of weight. Into to me a 12 and crime. Now, aswa containers by 200 SCC different bucket team. Na edineko srim and edineko bokina. Sa trains no you're from you're from freight forwarders and I said freight train and no and I local language I can say cargo train and no a Chicago a weight. Now MPP are buying astati de Ghana phone tie me because on mine e na obi a we Jimmy there I know no so onim so we Jimmy e kire wo kire ni say we Jimmy. Now recently na NDC are buying akofa train locomotive train bi aba e freight. Now sa train no ni dwuma dia John Mahama ne NDC for person ebedi ne say John Mahama ba ben mu no ka kire Ghana for say adekudie nti opese odedien big push no eba ene say ya kwan a eda Ghana no cars nketwa ene cars akese ɛna ɛkwan nankasa no esusa na cars akɛseɛ dodoɔ no na ɛsɛ ya kwan a ama sebio potholes eba so because weight a sebio car bia ɛyɛ te sɛ articulator ayafa ɛyɛ de timber ana car bia efri tema ɛkɔ ebia srem ɛbɛfa ɛkwan no so no asɛ kwan no saa weight no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛpɛ kwan bi so no yɛyi saa weight ni nyina free kwan no so sɛ ne bɛyɛ Ghana as a nation no ya kwan no ɛbɛnya ahoɔden oba abrokyire a yɛwɔ akwan bi wɔ hɔ a articulator mfa so yɛwɔ akwan bi wɔ hɔ a trucks a containers si so ɛmfa so yɛwɔ akwan bi wɔ hɔ a ahweaka mfa so because weight na ɛwɔ saa ɛyɛ car no mu no ɛbɛtumi asɛe kwan no the more a ɛfa so no na ɛkreti ɛyɛ some kind of ɛyɛ amena bi wɔ mu a ɛno na de bi ɔka sɛ oh yɛ Ghana yɛ kwan deɛ nam so a na ayɛ sɛ ɛtoto ɛnyɛ sɛ ɛtoto because ɛyɛ kota na yɛde yɛ kwan no nti sɛ wode car kɛseɛ fa so de biara saa kota no ɛnane ewia abɔ no na ɛkreti some kind of ɛyɛ deɛ dent bi ɛno na car nketewa fa so a na ɛtoto ɔmo nti woba abrokyire a because ɔmo mpɛ sɛ ɔmo kwan no ɛbɛtoto na ɛbɛtutu na ɛbɛsɛe no nti ɔmo use a lot of ɛyɛ deɛ rails ana railways ana sɛ train kwan ɛba nnwoma a ɛmu odu a ɔmo ntan ɛmfa kwan so na ɔmo de fa train. Now John Mahama the big push riba no na our idea be say the big push riba near ye Kumasi Express Road ye sa kwan ko pie srem ye kopie aha I was see making sure say you protect the kwan no sa kwan ye be your friend the big push no how do we protect it I was say wait na a kwan no ebe fa so no I was see yi sa wait ni free so wait ne den articulator car said the container every crime eko Kumasi eko Burkina car sa atwe ahwea every crime eko Kumasi eko Takoradi sa heavy trucks and sa heavy cars no John Mahama enim say big push no ma start here no say wa ma ne anko ho na enya alternative a car se mu odu befa so a ye kwan ni nyira wi a endu mfie mienu miensa na kwan na start tutu enu ntina ya kwan bebre wo Ghana etutu no inti ama NDC aban adwene say dabi say John Mahama by 2012 to 2016 na otumi ye Impakadan railway lines a etumi ratema na etumi ko ekopie soro ho dia why don't we find a way to move a weight a ye twen wotema porter containers nyoma emu odu a cars akese de fa ya kwan so no why don't we now move those things onto the railway tracks send be ya akwan na ye ne de wo ho epese eri no sa kwan no pressure mbegu so ma ne nsei et se expressway na obi tumi di car kese ba tema na wabeyi nyoma car ma emu odu na watwe firi enkrai akokumase a memu dodo no ese kwan no enti John Mahama ban ne se da bi omo de sa locomotive ne beba na locomotive ni dwumadi obedi ne say sa locomotive say every tema ebetumi afa akosombo ebekwa kopie bupe ewo srem enti now no omakofa locomotive ni bia ba abrofo use now remember sa locomotive no ana sa freight for a train no niti ba we just a train kitwa a train a what the container 1000 esi ekire betuma twene de nako Israel ma menche o se ne etie na menche o de ekoso so train way na ban na kofa ba So, over we sound say it's a container way train way better for container 1000. A better for container 200, 300. Now, train way and John Mahama bind the bar. This is the test run they are doing. Now, the train way being is simple. Containers are yadi babe good tema port. I was say a kofa cars every Kumasi na e bankran na ebefa ni nyina de ko Kumasi abefa the same kwan we so a small air car air so articulator bi any akonya accident hey articulator bi car bi a container so container car bi any Vox ya konya accident hey container car bi any 207 omo ni den car we konya accident. What John Mahama is trying to do in the say sa container cars na na ya kwan so bebre na befa container free tema port ebi o ha efa container ni free tema port na wait o container ni mu enam Ghana kwan so sa na kopie Burkina ni bi o ha ofa na nyoma free Ghana otwe na nyoma free Ghana into osma sa cars akese we 50 ni nyina nam Ghana kwan so the taxpayer say kwan no etutu na ekwan ye mra ye ne ebeye into John Mahama say to ease the pressure na eda ya kwan so no or the sal locomotive we aba. Right now, what is going to happen in the say? Majority of nyoma sebio yebeyi no temano. Sa containers ne yebeyi no temana. Ebibeko Burkina, ebibeko Benin, ebibeko inkronkro so a ni nyina afa tema na akofa akosomo na akofa bupe na afa the entire northern region no. John Mahama say sa locomotive edwuma de ebedinu no. It is at least yenya locomotive we miensa. Na 90% of containers are for tema akopiako somo ako afa den in Pakadan trail lines na John Mahama ni this year no for so diakwa. How many lives are we going to save? And also we are going to be able to protect our roads. This is simple knowledge. And I'm for two kwanya almost articulate almost tracks containers so bibia because the kwanya is John Mahama sende obey expressway 5 year 5 day enya kwanya we born sa ho or sa protected kwanya obey no in the sa locomotive way juma die bedin because what is going to happen in the say the northern side of Ghana no sa locomotive way ebe rani akoho. Meaning, container bia eko Burkina, container bia eko Sirembiano, they will put it on the railway line. This locomotive train, a while one power no, and then a battery yako. We are not going to see all these big trucks container siswa kuni po kwanso. Now we are going to use the rail. Now over the southern belt, a hona assembly wono. The reason to a hona assembly wono say the reason to MPP for started Jandam said. And this ya banya kofa train that biaba locomotive that biaba ne say time omo tesono Ghana for omo kache Ghana for say omo ba beye den ade ye frɛ no eye Buankra Inland Port. Now the Buankra Inland Port no say nka omo ye Buankra Inland Port anka nyoma beba tema port contractors omo cars akese ede Kofi Job mo ede eko den eko Kumasi eko Ashanti region the southern belt no anka yemfa sa cars nfa Ghana kwan so senka MPP ye impact den Buankra Inland Port na anka containers eko southern sector nyina no anka ni nyina enam sa train kwan so anka emfa car kwan so na anka ni nyina ko pia santimemu mo kai se John Mahama mo omo create a picture of what they want to do when they come to power. Time omo say omo beye Buankra Inland Port. Mokai omo ye a whole presentation, visual presentation. Actually Ghana for say Buankra Inland Port na. Containers enam kwan so free enkran ekosi Kumasi eko Siremni ade no. Sa containers ni nyina enya de omefa car kwan so. Ombe protect Kumasi Expressway no. Ghana for simple small cars na befa so. Na sankomo ye de Buankra Inland Port na. Anka ndem no kase anka containers asantefo mo Germany asantefo mo gwa broche krase omo tisa broche bola swaba Ghana port no anka containers nya befa de train kwa so de akọ Kumasi. Now MPP for them so mo di asanti hwamo MPP for them say omo gin asantefo ni bi ejimi and omo nim say NDC for idea wey omo di aba no Ghanaians will understand the difference between piglets and people who want to rule Ghana or govern the nation. And it's almost started Jandam say, oh, training yet because I'm not going to 2-4. Near to Chroma and MPP for Kotam 2-4, every may share to sabo fruit. And then got now a Diase Buankra, a didn't want to say Buankra Inland Port. Ever seen there is no inland port. And the MPP for who say and this for Betias and to do any. Omo be once Ghana for say, Omo Ghana for tia so omo Jimmy into ma start ye Jandam. Oh train that be omo kofaba Ghana for amutie me. Mo amwa santimemu a mofa nyoma free aburuchiri ba Ghana. Mo amwa santimemu a mofa nyoma free eye enkran eba Kumasi. Se NDC aban mo boa no na so oye sa Buankra Inland Port we. Senya sebia empakadan yetumi tam containers AC train so edi akosirem no. Se ye brain was na ye nyansa be fie a na ye boa ban we na oyesa railway lines in Pakadan Buankra railway lines na ebedru Asantememu a ye house nyina etwa ye na etu kwan free eye enkran say ye de nyoma kwa Asantememu a cars ikuye John Mahama Bukoya na ndis no moba be expressway no moma ye moa because ye tia enom ka che Buankra weekend bia nom do two vat na ka mu tise ko say nom de ne ko Buankra nom akoye ntoma mu fin nom se na ebe ye Buankra for 8 years obi ankoto eye blog back pok Buankra make I say NDC for catch Ghana for say so omunya to me a this is what they were going to do and it is coming to life mo kai side way we na NDC ka kire se omo beye inland port no e wa Asantememu a Nigerfo Burkina fo munya betu ba se mo warehouse or inland port wo ene de train no e de nyoma ni free eye tema na de aba beguo e ho no no mo so ade atoa so efi wa kobu krom. This is a vision that is coming. This is a vision we are seeing it come clearly for all of us to see. Into Asantememu a don't fall for NNPP for say e train and the training e adwuma no e kotema e kotwema kwa akosombo e de amanfo containers ko into mo kanche mahemfo no no mo kanche ni say yesra mo ye kotodwe gufom ye di nkwasi party chiache mo mbra na mo be Buankra no na NDC moamo ye njai ye de twa efuruma na de bia ye tewo na amanfo edi yeto moma mu mpanifo nkasem se NDC yesra mo we de nkada kakra no mo starting Pakadan no maye eye Buankra no na MPP for ba ye yeti krom ha MPP for share Asantefo bo say omo ba be ye Buankra inland port yeti ya na fi o meka kire say omo ye den inland port no manye na omo ba be ye den omo be we
esi ameno ka say o isa na da kwa kufu ada roma ye body train e na fansuo so seriously ya beri trade na fansuo so tie be fansuo so de omo mo Europe UK ni Holland ni ade omo ni trade fansuo ni ade enche kra misa na do de fansuo so no ba o mi aso de ba fansuo na se di e kwa no
Eurostar
yes
yeah from London to France
me no ka say sia no akaka no mo wie yes companies so omo ye plane you know I train no e bi o South Africa omo ye enche kra ba bedu ubeti out from Kumasi to Accra you use 1 hour 30 minutes you can ubit matra Kumasi aye adwuma wa Accra that is the plan no ka say o isa na da kwa kufu ada roma ye body train e na fansuo so seriously ya beri trade na fansuo so tie be fansuo so de omo mo Europe UK ni Holland ni ade omo ni trade fansuo ni ade enche kra misa na do de fansuo so no ba o mi aso de ba fansuo na se di e kwa no
Eurostar
yes
yeah from London to France
me no ka say sia no akaka no mo wie yes companies so omo ye plane you know I train no e bi o South Africa omo ye enche kra ba bedu ubeti out from Kumasi to Accra you use 1 hour 30 minutes
you can you na MPP ni ka asema na ye wo ya kwasiafo wi na wo ye Ghana ni na MPP ni ebie na no aka asema cho na ye wo ya we muo we jibifo we oti Kumasi radio so untumi na ka asase we ahemfo mo Asantememu nya no mutie ye wie ye no ka say kura ye wie sa eye sky trade de nam soro de nam fom free nkran ba Kumasi na wen yetena krom na ama ejimifo ejimiye because ahantan ne yaw binti na yeda wotim futurom hwenkwase asem mo kaka kire mo na mahemfo hwenkwase asem abo ewi okeka asem we wie no bodam owen obodam okeka nkwase asem we wie no bodam ena nipa dodo ni bi omdi MPP ja se ntwe my sen twa mo nyom menses omonim hwia se nko ye ntiase ye de jeje rallies nti hwe onkwase ade obaba ye mo Yeti kroma no beka kire mo say omo de Kumasi International Airport plane fra brochire de ba omo do 2 voice akotena Kumasi International Airport edi no agro epa ne ntoma eye ne pobo ho fi se nana ye de plane fra brochire ba omo wie nana 2 car no so hwe bodun se ejimi yeti kroma ha ne nyina hyehye moto monkasa MPP for ba no be di mahemfo atam no be di mahema atam no magumani ma se na emu bie se de ejimi de akire yimu ya wo ye de Johnson ne so ya na say ye de otwe bini ne so ye num ye nim nyansa MPP for we muye continuously omo kire say ye ne asantifo ni bi ejimi we are still sitting there ye MPP sam anytime me call MPP ni bi ni obeka asama na ya because me who MPP ni bi as otwe they cannot reason hwe asama na branch eti Kumasi radio so wuntumi radio so ka hwe asama na de bia na manfo nyamfa so o Ghana hwe se sa train ya de ba yi asate twe container se ko ne da ho ti asantememu ye nte ase ukun apem abepa apem beba ena jan kwasi asam na mfa bibia nko bebia ho ye primpuntu abefie Paula Dumo try the nice kokwohwe de kwasi awe begina Kumasi na 240 wo mampon hene to ahemfo akesete wo o ka kire omodim se ade achi a plane a eye den abrochire international plane nyabe so Kumasi me no wo ka sei plane international plane de so Kumasi me no wudi nkomonde international plane be na abesi Kumasi enso yaka na obi afe ne to wodi na atem nti me mete ekọ MPP ni bia nu asase so bekasa mana me ya because in the first place me hu mu se nkokọ me hu mu se ntwemba munni mu nyansa because if you can reason say wotumi hu nyansa hu say MPP for hu so ya boa then I will respect you like say who you su adwene ya Jimmy Dodo we don't reason and ya kofa locomotive aba ebetwi containers ebetwi trucks ebetwi bulldozers and they are crossing nation without using our roads na Ghana for do na ye first antimem kofa nyoma na ye ewu no eso bete no eno so ya fe yeto ye ntia se e die pa na mo pe wa asase we so hwe Sewia and the Sewia hospital and the ye kwan no and obi aye di Mr. S Mr. P get me the video from Amwako Hines page. And the Sewia Hospital no anadwokura no mo ya kwan no because NDC aban pese or just antifo nkwa but me nuanoma santifo bi I say mebe ye ntiase aban ba ye MPP aban a ye ko sala say moa ekoto abama MPP 8 years omontima anye Sewia kwan MBA hospital man nipa nkoma nkwaje awo ne na wo de ekwasia ye mu bi entiase ontiase se yenye den impuntuo na ekono ene asantini abrantie ena ba regional minister ena regional minister de na oye ogina na so anopa ewia nwumbre oye kwan na tum na we bie hospital ma nipa agene nkwa oba ko wo afa no ho afa ne ba na wa friend se be papa bobra ye diminti obi da ho etua saade we na do danko Akufo de MPP ntwamoa we ebebie hospital akokokora nkom hospital na ye ndo ho hospital kane ni wo na ye tikroma ahemfuti kroma ya soso Akufo de kwase ampanyi we so ka che ne ya ne Ghana for say ye be fie Akufo do wana fe chensin who on this earth misses just an empty bowl? Nobody misses an empty bowl. Why na fe chensin e kire wagimi and this is the reality. Yetna kroma ma otumfo ebe sresrade te sa kwa mo man sika nko hospital na aban eje to efri Kumasifo asantefo ho se omu ye adwuma na abaye tata mo te se slaves na president etenkran na ohene kase ebu nkotodwe te sa kwa sresre kwensa kwesi hospital. Are we okay? Okay so muade hwan na membu no why na eye panyini amemmu no and the moment ebe ka no kura kire mo na mu bi mu jimi no ebe firi mu no na mo ayese moa mo resist say ka no kura kire. We live in this country. You people want nothing to be done. Buankra yetumi tam otumfo sika mu ti se bo fruit wadwa hey rade na flag is otumfo ka so anopa tututu papa ya da yamanenda na ya body punum na na sorry o we dey asanteman we dey beyamaye na otumfo ondidi anopa na otika mu na ye di soroku di nachi ginginginging oni ebekun aye na obekun oni ebekun ebe na mo ma wipe ye kwa buankra we dey ekobiaba sana mu di ohene ho agro sana mu jojo nana na mu gure ni masidi na twifo mu di nanim etwifom na asantema akonwa kese no na sebio modern akonwa kese nse Cartoon Network mokwa na makodi no agro no maba for 8 years boankra ene ekọ boankra ba ene nanantuma efe ene wo singira dem ni nyina na mudi na ho agro na MPP di asantema ho agro sikedwa kofi ni atama sika mu ati se ede condensed milk ni ede ko boankra na asa twumfuturo na ba yeti kroma 8 years kusie bi entuma bi boankra in Lamport mo entuma to one railway line ukasiafo be kai se enye ba omia president president wa he the president was also. Are you people insane? And we're sitting in this country and aban bi akofa train aba na ebebo adwuma asesa abrabo na economy na koswa na monkwasiafo tete wo se montiase ye MPP for na woni bibi enya dia train we dada kwasiafo sanka mu train na ba yanketia train na nka mu di bi ba na nka dada yanketia ya tielo mkofa chanchan bi ba ye se Oforiata company and akofa dia train away white train na mkofa ba na way train na uko Bolivia yede ya wedding reception for na tinam train na kufu de ne ba omiam kofa ba ye uko Bolivia na ye wedding ya kwa reception na tinam enye train na yede bo bra okrom kwasiafo ya tete krom ha mo say jimifo ye ntumi nchichire man no. And you see today there's a government, there are leaders who are thinking of helping Ghana for and until I make a say this initiative by this president and this government is something that we cannot underestimate and take for granted. We cannot take for granted because Abanwe say they are ready and willing. This is the regional minister and the Anajofa regional minister now 24-hour economy in here. Amwako hine sa kwena na MP before di Ghana for them and in less than a week or two here kwano. This is midnight. Contractors go kwano so. Yet Kroma and the midnight asantimemu. Other than the Mofanko mention Casamencia, other than the Yakwana Najo. I say MP, why some moya mwa. Conform to be bintin of Cotias and Codimunaye or Chimbin Quine. Mumube Bremwe Jimmy. You don't want to reason. Share a Santinia Brantia with the Mokodinchina or pay to me or pay impuntio or not. 24 hours and I do some or your coin or the hospital. Emma Kwasian Payibia or your MPP treasurer, or Sasson Treswa or Pemba Secretary. Ne yere equanimana and Penanima no one for Moba. Kwasia for Boko won't quaraway Yasivia, Namoton Kwasia Ding, Namo Becase Chinipa, and Sunipan also see hospital Mamubi. Mwaja, Intimina, what potam? I am making you understand what is happening. I am Mutimna Mudamubi, Mugisi to me Kano Cranchamo. And a brand here Santiniba and on that Osolano Jana Yira Wawo, no on the Mudum or Koya Quine, I'm a Poliandro and Nimsa or Chain. Ama, what to the party some will queer, Nayama, Ednako Sewia Quajana war. Kwasia for ya can be a number to Ghana, Mudia Mum Padipa, Mumu MPP for no, into Jamahama cover trainer by a dada. Now, Kwasa come the bicycle buyer and Kewaha. Kwasia for MPP for, Mud the bicycle buyer and Kewaha. Obiako for trainer ba mudi mu Jimmy to say train nada because omo would say MPP for no do na omo asantime mu Jimmy 47 MPs from the Ashanti region mo ntumi anya Sewia Kwan MBA hospital mo nya njanga mo nya mmoa mo nya ntwamoa. Are you people not stupid? Are you people not stupid? Na mo ya to ababa mo asantime mu mo mran kan no ya de mo ba se mo media jantrafo ya am kan chance mo mran kan bebi apoda na mo befa mpuntumra. Mo bank na maka just say my area train deshe me na waka say ya yewie na kwase bi tie yase ye de MPP for train kwan na wai ubuofu wamuna maka say tiawo de pa na wo betuma ye wasase we so e de na wo nam ho no e de pa na wo betuma ye say wo ye nipa bi a memedwon ho wo ya moku ama me kura ubuofu obo wo dam. Modite crash na mukan kwasiasam obi bese oje obi a mo mpese abeje mo monhwe kwan abrantie and the Sewia kwan ye guso asphalt papa ye wie asako do the hospital am make sure say system o nye ye adwuma ye da ho te wo obi elbow kra ho ban oro kwase adi na tem so adente o ye NDC ni na utipani NDC ni this is what your mwankasa mo fase. Oya Santiniba. This is what he's doing for you people. Mami fanchiramu. Anytime Kenya say sa in Pakadan, train ya John Mahama ba. Mo meya mwa ba no. Hwe, won you see? You see what's going on? When we Juma amwako hene eye. You see? Ye kasa na mu bi modwa. Mo so na mu wuntam. When we Juma mo ya na najo, we Sewia kwan. Yako hospital. Eko biema e matan a omo tia santime ma omo anyim we yiase etuma wa form back. Kwasi akasa ye kan mo me yenye bibia train ba ye ntiase this is what amwakwan John Mahama mo ye no asantime mu anajo ewia they are doing asphalt road for you. Anajo kwasi afo mo bebre mo da. This is what your minister is doing. Anajo NDC are buying the oyama mo bini. This is what the NDC government is doing. Mumpewe na mpekaya motium enkwasi akeka ne kasa tantan. Jimmy Kasa because yeah chechirema no mumu bisa mo mpene. Adan ya MPP for party a sebio party a yede kronu sikate ye party a o se mo be disturb ni pa Ghana. Ah bafo akoto kromfo a oja de muade o chia me keke oya wie o so enya £700. Ono wie na o ye when say the China ka wa himfio. Bafo akoto na oya wie keke. When na China ka wa himfio. Sika sere ne tua no na ochia me keke oya wie nana ene nana sie ni ono £700 that them akromfo ankobi nana nkoje ye ka so ochia me no nya £700 anka mu bi ma fe moto keka nkwase asem ochia me keke ogina himfie ye nana wie nana na esie we dia won tia sie waje demuade akosi akogum paase kro no sika ye de ewifo sika na ate party amamna mo te gana na mu jimi buofu wadwa apoa emstre mo dia mo nim dia mo ba wo se da buofu wadwa ofui ye di na tie me ye ne ani akoma o ye hiti ne eba.
This is what I pour this thing in. The tomatoes is in. There is a tin tomatoes. Yes, this is the fresh tomatoes, but I have to reconnected with the tin tomatoes first. And who is saying that is soup? I used to I'll block someone who I'm going to block someone. See, I'm going to block someone who will never forget in his life. What kind of stupidness is that? Am I doing soup? Is this a soup? Is this a soup? Do you see this as a soup? If you see a soup, won't you see a soup?
I am fine. Interchange. Say we are above. I don't want to interchange, so I'm interchanging my. I'm going to go whether interchange or say we are hospital. They are working. Even say we are hospital, they are still working. A poor fool, I tell you where interchange or a day, MPP by interchange, so I'm interchanging and can make us away. So I'm interchanging here, I where the old channel there, yes, so I'm interchanging out a day. Obinabanoye. Korea say we are a kind of besides, go and find a Sevilla road for me. The minute show ye a swami interchange no. Ya tra swami ya hunu in futuro na ama ya sinyina ya call. Ya gu swami in futuro boy say ntwen. O say chairman sabo subedi MP 30 years is kwasi ampanyi e biri abronsan obesi ye. Mo ano de ya in kurasesem mo nka no kura nkyira MPP ene mu bi ye gu kuro dum ti say ntwen. Yen kasa papa because obi de ade pa ba de ebuofu. Where swami ntidi ai. Na anka swami nke betuma ya anka MP for nkomo nyedara. I don't know what to somebody is working. This is swami. Say where the better swami na nie swami nie. Swami na ho hwe no. Ubuofu adan boss we there interchange. Hwe. Na nka MP bet my interchange kwan we anka wanye. O say chairman so bo so Jimmy 4 obedi MP oba bia ope no. Ne see yellow. And oba no adada mo. Why no so on titwi? Obedura santimeba. Odi se mududu ni nkoskunti. No I no so tebrofo. Mr. Speaker. Ne de Jimmy di nechi. Yay! Ani ade tena 8 years. Kwasi ampanyi we. Odi Ghana fo mba nyina wa santimemu. Eye bi obebi onye oba foforo koda. Ne de Jimmy and mfuturo ko etrim. Mfuturo ko etrim no. Ne akasa se de abodam. So am interchange no obi abai no. 1 year 6 months. Ubuofu makasa tiawo. Wana wo bibi yawo. Mama nkyira osewia ekoso esiso eboso enyuru ni denti hwe Lord Kenya so kan esiso na eboso aban no na ye adwuma no ubuofu a obufu kwa mama nkyira osewia Mr. Thank you very much sewia road no ekoso aban papa ba kwasiafo saa na ebeye mo munnim nyansa sewia kwan no enie amaru shako ena ede bremu
Fonti Sawia Regional Hospital achi ne ha na besie. Enkoma ya tiense ya bia Sawia Regional Hospital.
MPP Minority Caucus. Omonti asese Mahama ba Omi Hospital. Asa ko bi busa say hospital na say dwumadi bi o ebie npiri. Adere musu ma bie. e dey time so ha man same bibim papa bi ayenim no so we blue so we green so free Burkina so free hene koko fan to ifra be gina ka so na esewi ahene
ti papa no onya sewi ahene
ohene bia o onya ohene bia mpo no esewi ahene o
wie ya mi gina he me hura ko papa o man panyi mama e die be boni eni aye
ka se won fi sewi aha
nipa na no front ma se wo
front ma no on ka sewi a empan fo ho bia
na ye bo chama wuntumi se wo free bosomtwe constituency ye bo Simon Semensa former regional minister say aha wo be DMP wa for 12 good years mungu kwan na sewia regional hospital ye mie na me se die ntina na MPs ne kom.
I was not reacting to Nipanana or commenting on my show. I was just reacting to Omo Santimem Kase, a Kwana Kevin Echeno, and yes, Swame Quine, and yes, Sewia, a Swame. Omonam Somi and Reno. Some Quasi, a 40 MP Muno. But not the people watching my show trying to let me know, say, those videos or pictures are Swami. No, I don't have a problem with you people. I have a problem with MPP Kwasi from Gwa Santimemuno. No, because I picture be a show, picture no, Swami. I'll both or party MPP. When you say, do your glasses. When you say, no, I'm glasses, more MPP for more Santimemuno. Who should be your eyes, or when I say, no, I'm glasses, I won't call lectures. What to be sure, be a nim. Or no, I agree that I know I shall space. I do your space. Now, over the TikTok and Facebook, because you're for ma. Musi so mu interchange papa da. Afen na ban bi besi bia mamo. Ya wo wo kokko asi wi a. Mu nyenyenyan se eye de kokrosa po ho na obegina TikTok kan kwasi asem. Inkurase for ma. Mu fi sa po fi. Nwan mu de MPP agi se nwan. Mu ni mu nyansa. Ya de mpunto ba na ma fe mo to se boy se men na mu gugu asantime mu se mpro ma. Ya ntiase. Na wo anka so obusuom. Wanga so obusuom. Da be na uchima obi ampo wu so wachima. Kwasiafo mugu party myself moi. This is what people are doing. This is development. Me nyan wie, ma me fa kribin so na me mpon. Kwasiafo. Now, Express Road no ekoso. Ni nyina ne say you see over 89 kilometer cleared for Accra Kumasi Expressway project. Ghana Armed Forces say says where is the video, Mr. P? The Ghana Armed Forces video showing us the expressway. Mr. S, get me the video, Mr. P. So, Sesiano ekoso Ghana military ena omo make sure say e kwan na ye twafrin kran expressway na 5 will come 5 will go ni nyina no ekoso about 89 kilometers oma clear ni nyina enche ye be ye kwan no mumu bi de mon kwasi asem na nam Ghana impunto ba penma femoto de mu chira ne say ye beti se be bibia boa Ghana na enwa mu jimi abete mu rebi saba kokwa ase fo ma ye wu mu kokwa ase mo ma me no kokwa ase na mo papa no makoto mo no na mu banyini no na mo ni nya adwuma kwasiafo Mujin say mo Ghana na ya chichire no impeteku mate samu de be chichire Ghana na Jimmy ni bia oseme kasama NDC MPP Jimmy ni bia oseme kasama MPP na enya ntwamo bebre we are building ye bedi mo atema akopem samo beda ni njanka mo Jimmy papa na ya tena mo ho ache na mo bi mo Jimmy abedu nne impunto ba no mafe moto muni madam pa mo chima you people sam kwara ni bi you don't even know the data mo bu mo nsa mo ne nkokọ difference nim na enkwasiasam na yete Ghana ye bese chichire man na MPP no mu agimintia de bia ka chire ma monte 89 kilometers has been cleared. Now 89 kilometers no sesia no we have all these things put in place a ban ebe expressway no. This government is about to change Ghana destiny. We are going to connect the nation. Ghana for Mr. P, get me the video. You sent me the last time. It was part of the production. Inti mama ye nyina mbo abanwe na abanwe entumi chichire man no na asantifo ne bi mumpeo Ghana ye be ni ye whether you like it or not ye be Ghana. Me, I don't care what you worship and what you believe in, but what I care about is the Constitution of the Republic. And the Constitution of the Republic aka kire say ye mwa ne chichire man no inti me wo som mfa me ho enton a wo bo mfa me ho nipa a wo bu mfa me ho. What I know is every single Ghanaian needs to see development from its government. And your Ghana for Mutia Santimemu. It me, I don't give a fuck about you. Whether you support development or you support you, we will bring development home. In Punto, ya de bebe fie. I don't fucking care who you are. I don't care any who you think you are. In Punto, no, your Asantifo Asantimemo Munimunyan Samu Punto, we will bring it there. Sa first na we were being selective about we pay asem and fire be ahụ. What board them uhu ekwan ya obohu. What board them hospitals one yare obekum. We will bring that development. We are not a stupid people. Ni abati na nipa kitwa bi Jimmy Fobi omunya tumi a omutumi nya adwuma. Omunya tumi omutumi fampunti omba. Omunya tumi omutumi nya kwan. Omutumi si hospital. Omutumi mwa nipa. Na sa nkwasiafo we are distracted here for 57 to 69 years. For 69 years, the same group of criminals, the same group of Ademudia bribe reincarnation for Asaba disturb nipa. Adia Kwame Nkrumah femu no, and no one as ankwasiafo we asaba some the femu. Problem a Kwame Nkrumah femu no, and one repeating 2026. And then kwasiasam no. Oba Ghana krowe mu a, there are some group of people omo dia wa imagine say, Jimmy, we will force development on everybody. North, south, east, and west. Everybody will see development. I didn't question no. Mobile nam the bed na betu yeso. Mobile nam the bed na betu yeso. Nana do danko eku for ne Jimmy weba power. And I'm with 6 regions beka Ghana ho. That time na Ghana enye krobia na school ho. Enye krobia na kwanda ho. Enye krobia na budget podru ho. Nana danko eku for the Jimmy weba say, yes, for 6 regions. 6 regions eku for na MPP di bae. E he fa pa na nyampuntio. Ma say moa. Because you wanted to isolate some people. Because you wanted to create that avenue that you people can suppress some people. For the Jimmy way, or the 6 regions in Ghana. Imagine we had 10 regions in Ghana. Wouldn't be a development to do. But in Kwasiafo Weba, Yanam Kwasuna, you're cruising, na Jimmy Fodo for Yataba. Yanam Kwaso, you're cruising, nobody Eba Umiaba. Yanam Kwaso, you're cruising, no Makofati Chidianaba. That is what they do. They are a distraction to this nation. Because in Chamwa Fraimu, they don't have any sense. Thank you, Mr. S. And then I would like to show you, Mr. P. I think there was one that came from the Ghana Armed Forces themselves. I don't know which one is this, Mr. P. Mr. S. Which one is this? Mr. S. Which one is this? This is a news item. I want the piece that came from the Ghana Armed Forces themselves. And Mr. P sent it and put it in the system. I think I forgot to upload it. Can you guys get me the Ghana Armed Forces piece on this road issue? I know and I believe I had it somewhere. We had a meeting on it. I remember something happened. We didn't talk about it. But before the Ghana Armed Forces Fuankasa video, let us watch this news item. Every, I think, TV3.
The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, inspected ongoing works by the Ghana Armed Forces engineers on the Accra-Kumasi Expressway corridor. At Esubwa near Akimodan in the eastern region, troops are engaged in extensive land clearing within the designated right-of-way for the project. The visit was aimed at assessing progress and ensuring strict adherence to timeliness. The work covers a 175.6 kilometer stretch, forming a critical foundation for feasibility and engineering design works. Here is project engineer Major Evans Baini.
Major towns along which this road passes or falls are Ablekuma. We have Adeso, we have Esamankese, Esubwa, Akimoda, Ofuase, Jedemwa, and Sibua, which is in Kumasi. I would say that we are 5 weeks into the clearing operation.
4 work gangs have been deployed to operate continuously along the corridor. So far, 17.75 kilometers have been cleared during the mobilization phase. With funding secured and equipment largely in place, the team is working within a 20-week deadline effective April 23, 2026. But the task is far from straightforward. Heavy rains, dense vegetation, poor night visibility, and delays in compensation processes are emerging as key threats to progress. Still, project coordinators insist systems are in place to sustain the pace of work.
So this was when 17 kilometers had been cleared. Now let's watch the original video from the Ghana Armed Forces, Omankasa.
As dawn breaks over the Ghana Armed Forces Engineers Camp in Esubwa, another day begins for the dedicated engineers working on the transformational Accra-Kumasi Expressway project.
The Ghana Armed Forces engineers have been tasked with executing one of the most important and critical phases of the Accra-Kumasi Expressway project. That is the clearing and stripping of the right-of-way, covering a distance of 175.6 kilometers and a width of 120 meters. This phase is scheduled to be completed within 20 weeks and is intended to create the necessary conditions for the commencement of the main construction works.
Long before traffic fills the roads and communities awaken to the business of the day, these soldiers are already on their feet, driven by discipline, precision, and an unwavering commitment to national development. The Accra-Kumasi Expressway project stands as one of Ghana's most ambitious road infrastructure undertakings, a bold initiative designed to improve transportation, accelerate trade, and strengthen the connections between communities along one of the nation's most vital corridors. For the Ghana Armed Forces engineers, the day does not begin at the work site. It begins here. With preparation and coordination, safety equipment is carefully checked, machinery thoroughly inspected, and operational plans reviewed in details before the first vehicle departs for the project site.
I'm Warrant Officer Class 1, Akapo Victor, Operational Bureau for Accra-Kumasi Expressway. Before work officially commences.
No, this should tell you something. And I'd like to applaud the Ghana Armed Forces, the CDS, all the senior officers working with the CDS, the men on the ground. I really applaud them because you see, this is how you build a nation. This Accra-Kumasi Expressway is one of the biggest. So you come in Kruma, Akosumbo Dam or anytime a motorway. This is one of the biggest. Ambitious. Like, you need to be ambitious to be able to commit to this. We should not underestimate what John Mahama is doing and the NDC, because you see, this is an NDC vision. And whoever takes over from John Mahama, they are forced to continue this vision. And it is very imperative that the NDC stays in power for 42 years. That is the only way we can realize this vision. Because the NDC is not built around an individual. The NDC is built around vision. A particular vision, and that is the vision that they are basically seeing to it. Say it has been realized. Don't see this as a joke. The Ghana military, when we have they complained? No. Menoka say, and no good accommodation. Menoka say, and no na sebio, the omo penomunya military. Menoka say, and no na omoba military, the omo person saka. They are also doing everything possible to make sure, say, the Ghana military, at the end of the day, recently, we saw the CDS, they are building new buildings, military men to stay in. This is what you do. You build a nation. You cannot do everything at a time. But when a government is a government with vision, now leadership are willing. So when you see this new CDS, you see the people he's working with and the commitment. You see, people work. When you see the armed forces work, commit to a particular project, even though it is their duty, it is all about the leadership. If you get a leadership that is consistent and understand Nipo Mushomase and they relate to them perfectly, you get a soldier for to also commit to this. And you can see from the video, they are really committed because they feel, say, they are doing something where in the future, their names will be mentioned. So I really want to applaud the new CDS. And so far, I've seen the armed forces change for the positive. I am seeing some Sidang. I'm seeing how the coordination between different sectors of the Ghana Armed Forces. And I applaud the leadership of the armed forces. In fact, I'm very surprised about the sudden positive change this new leader, the CDS, is bringing to the Ghana Armed Forces. And that is what we want to see, the consistency in leadership. How the people will commit to their work. And I plead with the leadership of the Ghana Armed Forces. You are doing your bit. Recently, I saw the CDS cut sword for new project. I'm talking about armed forces, facility, accommodation. I will urge the leadership to, at the end of the day, the government to aid the Ghana Armed Forces. They should help them. They need better places to live. The leader is willing. I can see a new Ghana Armed Forces, new leadership committed to the job, and I want this government to meet them halfway to help them with this project. Accommodation is very, very important. And I'll speak on this every day. I like what the CDS is doing. He has brought something new to the Ghana Armed Forces. I want the government to meet them halfway. With the accommodation, it is very important. And I'll urge the president, I will plead with the president that our military is something that we cannot basically neglect. They need to live in accommodations. It makes them feel also respected. They need better accommodation. We need to take the accommodation serious. So I'll plead with the president, this project by the CDS, the armed forces today leaving their families behind, making sure they are creating the path for contractors to start constructing this massive project. We also need to see to more accommodation. And I have trust in this CDS. I believe in this man. He has shown in this short period that he is a leader who has a vision for the Ghana Armed Forces. And I will do everything possible to support the Ghana military. At least the Omo Yekra say they are committed in helping to build this nation. I really applaud them for that. Support this Accra Kumasi Expressway. Let's keep the NDC in power. Let's support them. Let's protect them. Let's keep them in power for 42 years. We will see lots and lots of these projects because the NDC works with a vision. The NDC is not about individuals. The NDC is about you, the Ghanaian, how you get the development to change your life for the better. My name is Kevin Ekoberu Taylor. It's been a wonderful Thursday evening. Tomorrow, we will be here to discuss Ghana. I'll break the issues down. I'll tell you the truth, and we will help build our own mother Ghana. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. God bless me. God bless the United States of America, and God bless Ghana. Have a wonderful night. Cheers and good night. And remember, Abuache, always pay attention. Gigim.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No answer mine. Abuache. It was for Belgium Quant. It was Betia Belgium Quant. It was two Belgium Quant. Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Why round what? Why you're yet? Supuno, why round what? It was for Belgium Quant. It was Betia Belgium Quant. It was two Belgium Quant. It was the Belgium Quant. Why you're yet? Why round what? 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 Every papa no, what one is the motto? 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 Why round what?